Suave on the track.
Whatever it takes. Alleyway.
Coco, this your season right now.
They won't see me. They won't let me care. I gotta sleep with one eye open, trippin' making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the strap. I know the odds wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid. I won't let them care. They won't see me care. I gotta sleep with one eye open, trippin' making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the strap. I know the odds wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid. I can't let them care. They won't see me care. I put attention, all of my blood, all of my veins. They started with Perky, now that hair right up his veins. You started with serving, now them drugs drove you insane. Started with dealing, I grew up with killers, they taught me the game. I got some niggas that die behind, and that shit won't never the same. I know some niggas that lie behind, and that bullet had his name. Ain't no reason to cry about, cause that shit won't never change. MTF the 4th and P, my niggas can't get out the game. I gotta sleep with one eye open, trippin' making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the stern. I know the odds wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid. I won't let them care. They won't see me care. I gotta sleep with one eye open, trippin' making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the stern. I know the odds wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid. I can't let them care. They won't see me care.
Lost see, I glossed to, we shit ain't been the same. Heard the ops talking to the feds, giving names. Who gon' feed my family if they take me out the game? Keep one in the head and one eye open, that ain't change. I'm quick to catch a body. When I shoot, he shoot, I know bro shooting right beside me. Them hollow tips go through the wall and then they hit his body.
Suave on the track.
Whatever it takes. It's the alleyway.
I did this for my brothers, I did this for my hitters. We gon' ride for battle. Yeah. I did this for my niggas, I did this for my brothers, I did this for my hitters. We gon' ride for battle. Yeah. This gun called Hogan Donut. Sick of shit, I can't condone it. On the block, I move like Coney. For the ones who did me wrong, shit'll get tricky, I keep it on me. Pussy sound like macaroni. This street shit matrimony. Keep my bitch from around the road. Got a bitch who grab a 40. Know my bitch gon' squeeze it for me. Had to cop that brand new roller. I did this for my niggas, I did this for my brothers, I did this for my hitters. We gon' ride for battle. On wrist like it's loaded. This gun called Hogan Donut. Sick of shit, I can't condone it. On the block, I move like Coney. For the ones who did me wrong, shit'll get tricky, I keep it on me. Pussy sound like macaroni. This street shit matrimony. Keep my bitch from around the road. Got a bitch who grab a 40. Know my bitch gon' squeeze it for me. Had to cop that brand new rolling. Finish out these niggas running. I run through the city, I live in the city. These niggas ain't getting no money, and they said they gon' take it from me. These niggas be all them drugs till I got this shit out the mud. Nigga, my life was rough. Where I'm from, the bitch is tough. Bitch, you gon' lie, you running the trap, my little baby sucking you up. I'm from the trenches, me and my niggas really was turning shit up. Went for the low, trap on fire, really was burning shit up. Really was burning shit up. Finish out these niggas
Whatever it takes.
I run through the city, I live in the city. These niggas ain't getting no money, and they said they gon' take it from me. These niggas be all them drugs, really got this shit out the mud. Nigga, my life was rough. Where I'm from, the bitch is tough. Bitch, you gon' lie, you running the trap, my little baby sucking you up. I'm from the trenches, me and my niggas really was turning shit up. Went for the low, trap on fire, really was burning shit up. Really was burning shit up. And I did this for my niggas, and I did this for my brothers, and I did this for my hitters. We gon' ride for battle. My bitch look like it's loaded. This gun called Hogan Donut. Sick of shit, I can't condone it. On the block, I move like Coney. For the ones who did me wrong, shit'll get tricky, I keep it on me. Pussy sound like macaroni. This street shit matrimony. Keep my bitch from around the road. Got a bitch who grab a 40. And my bitch gon' squeeze it for me. Had to cop that brand new roller. And I did this for my niggas, and I did this for my brothers, and I did this for my hitters. We gon' ride for battle. My bitch look like it's loaded. This gun called Hogan Donut. Sticky shit, I can't condone it. On the block, I move like Coney. For the ones who get me wrong, shit'll get tricky, I keep it on me. Pussy sound like macaroni. This street shit matrimony. Keep my bitch from around the road. Got a bitch who grab a 40. And my bitch gon' squeeze it for me. Had to cop that brand new roller. Yeah.
Alright, man, all I'm saying is, nigga, you always got something to say. It's like you don't shut up.
Blazing on the track.
A lot of niggas died 1865. Single Michael fled, highway ain't gon' let it ride. Everybody hollering black was never on your side. They do maps to tell your apps where you sleep at night. They put that white man on. Got you begging them for answers like that white man know. Had you swearing you was African, that's that white man home. Had you proud to be a savage, that's that white man's zone. And I ain't talking shit, this by definition. If being savage was our nature, y'all be non-existent. We done took your ass out when we was in them kitchens. Instead of showing you how to live and how to maintain business. White supremacy fake. Only way that shit real is if you do what they say. So dope, my eyes low. When you move like God, the time slow. I came back for the blacks and John Doe's. Crack open them land patents, let go of them townhomes. What's a native to a native? He $5 dough if he not melanated. Pale faces got you waiting on a savior. Sending prayers up, he texting back on vacation. Yeah, God's children. Give all your praise to Jesus, but how God feeling? He say put no one before him in divine image. It's you with God or Christians. I got a vision, but niggas ain't gotta listen, so they don't. We came from the soil, wasn't fucking with no boats. Bible took our spirit, English potted on our homes. Tribal families turned on us, don't act like y'all don't know. But fuck them and they grudges. We was something turned to nothing. And now we nothing's turned to somethings. Reincarnation of ancients, fresh up out the oven. This the message to the black man. 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 Shooters on my roof, lawyers in the coop. We can never die, bitch, we bulletproof. This the message to the black man. This the message to the black man. Say you wasn't slaves, you was prisoners of war. And stop wasting your time, these other bitches ain't important. You ain't meditating, you ain't mating with the sauce. Like what the fuck's a noodle if you ain't painted with the sauce? I find it hard to trust the pastor who rather side with the master, who preaching we should submit while getting murdered and captured. About how we should wait on God is never our vernacular.
Too much fake love, snake you in your face, love. Too much fake love, snake you in your face, love. Too much fake love, snake you in your face, love. I ain't showing no feelings. I ain't showing no feelings. Yeah. Homie called my phone, he told me, go hard with this rap shit. Lately I be going crazy, feeling like I'm bad shit. My men in the gutter, all these bitches want me crack shit. Niggas talking down on me, they don't want me had shit. Try to stay legitimate, I'm back on this trap shit. Try to run up in the crib, strike and made him backflip. Girls, he call my phone, I know he hurt, but he act tough. Bitches try to line him, we gon' find him, make him give it up. Bro told me I did enough, but really we ain't did enough. Trying to turn my city up, they trying to take my life from me. They trying to take my life from me. That's why I keep this pipe on me. Too much fake love, snake you in your face, love. Your face, love. That snake you in your face, love. I told my brothers we gon' make it, that's how God, bro. And the snake gon' show his face, then that's how God, bro. Too much fake love, snake you in your face, love. Your face, love. That snake you in your face, love. I told my brothers we gon' make it, that's how God, bro. And the snake gon' show his face, then that's how God, bro. I ain't showing no feelings. Weak emotions is expression. That's a reason to kill him. On the side with the villains, but I got angels with me. And some demons that's gon' blow him, but I pray he didn't. See my life has been in motion. I'm a little windy. I'm not giving up yet. If you with me, time to place up your bet. Ain't no turning back, got niggas who ran. When we caught his ass, got caught in that jam. Yeah, you know who I am. Yeah, you know who I am. I can feel it coming. I can feel it coming. It's that feeling in your stomach, you can feel it coming. It's that feeling in your stomach, you can feel it coming. Yeah, you can feel it coming. Fake love, that's fake you in your face, love. That snake you in your face, love. I told my brothers we gon' make it, that's how God wrote it. And the snake gon' show his face, cause that's how God wrote it. Too much fake love, that snake you in your face, love. Your face, love. That snake you in your face, love. I told my brothers we gon' make it, that's how God wrote it. And the snake gon' show his face, cause that's how God wrote it. Too much fake love, that snake you in your face, love. Your face, love. That snake you in your face, love. I told my brothers we gon' make it, that's how God wrote it. And the snake gon' show his face, cause that's how God wrote it.
Peace and blessings, peace, 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 peace and love to all American Aborigines, man. It's your brother Aboriginal Power, man. Hopefully everybody feeling good this grand rising. Hopefully everybody's okay. You know what I mean? This is the Wake and Bake Show. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody in the building. Give me 2 seconds. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Hit the like button. Thumb up the video. All right, we back. Peace and blessings to all the American Aborigines, man. Y'all know the fucking vibes, man. Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to all the American Aborigines in the building, man. Shout out to those that's not able to comment in the chat. Shout out to everybody that is in the chat. You know, let me take the time out to shout out some of the brothers and sisters. We got a nice one for y'all today, man. This is the Wake and Bake Show. Let me know what y'all smoking on, where y'all at. Karma Shabazz, the real mother of nature. My nigga Dot, Truth Over Everything, B. Amos, Lady Lane Goddess, Joshua Stewart. Shout out to Joshua Stewart, too, for the $2 Cash App donation this grand rising. Shout out to my brother, Joshua Stewart, for the Cash App donation this grand rising. Shout out to my boy, Lewis Luck. Shout out to OG Green Machine, White Falcon, Berkham Live, AWI, Real Lives, India Goddess, Donnie King, Gretchen Ham, Big Block, Shay Pink 40, Diesel Debunker, my big brother Aboriginal TV, Comanche 504, Shay Pink 40, and Jones Khalil Smith. Kiwanis the Aborigine, Deidre Davis, do not do it. Don't do it. Excuse me. Pap G's. Excuse me. Shout out to my boy Rodney Covington. Shout out to the elder Pop Reed. Make sure y'all show some love to Wilmore Reed in the chat, you guys. Brown Wolf, drip check. Drip check. You know the vibes. Drip check. Shout out to my nigga Brown Wolf. Anthony L. Pickens Jr. BS. Ghetto Child Clinic. Who else we got in here? Master Green. Shout out to Master Green in the building. Tom Washington, Empress Freedom Feather. Johnny Everhart. Patrick Gabriel, Mound City Mellow. Craig Lloyd. Who else we got in here? Esau 1415, Snake God. Hey, shout out to my nigga AM. Montgomery. I hope I didn't pronounce your name wrong. Shout out to you, gangster. Shout out to all the American goddamn Aborigines. Can we get some fire emojis to let me know y'all can hear me and see me loud and clear? Shout out to Cotton Picking POW, T1 Productions, Eric C, Outlast You, Juice, Mr. Aboriginal Skin, Indigenous Minds, Waldo Antone, Ancient One, Big O, Rising Aborigine, Kenya. All right. Shout out to y'all in the goddamn building. We in this motherfucker. You understand me? We in this bitch. On me. You got anybody else to support the channel? Hell no. Just Joshua Stewart. Shout out to my brother Joshua Stewart supporting the channel, man. Make sure y'all support the channel too, man. This is the Wake and Bake Show. I don't see none of y'all where y'all from. I don't see nothing about what y'all smoking on. What's going on out here? Y'all ready to get into the meat and potatoes? We got some shit. We got to talk about. You know what I mean? We got some shit we got to talk about. A little hot. Sheesh, this bitch hot. Shit. Like my motherfucking backwood up. Black Diamond. X. What up, X? Master Green. Like I said, they smoking Black Diamond. Fresh One, what's up with it? Jimmy Albo Truth, what up? DJ Cuddy, what's up with it? DJ Cuddy, come on the panel, man. I need DJ Cuddy on the panel for this one. This is a DJ Cuddy episode right here. Crook Walk, what up, cuz? Top of the morning, cuz. Shout out to my nigga Crook Walk, man, for the cash out donation, man. We appreciate it, cuz. Real shit, nigga. Shout out to my nigga Crook Walk. Shout out to Master Green, too, man, for supporting the channel, man. Shout out to my nigga Master Green. Peace and blessings. I appreciate the support. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the support. Let me send my link to DJ Cuddy right quick. Hold on. We tripping. We got to get the link over here to DJ Cuddy real quick, nigga, on my mama. My nigga Don't Do It sent in a cash out donation. My nigga Don't Do It. Shout out to my nigga Don't Do It. Who else we got up in here that we ain't seen in a little second? Yeah, let me find DJ Cuddy number. Boom, went straight to it. Right in the text. Boom. I sent it to you, DJ Cuddy. Yeah. Hey, man, listen, I just want to say this to all y'all, man. It's a beautiful time to be an Aborigine. You know what I mean? To be equipped for those that's been on this shit for the years. Man, y'all ahead of the game when it comes to this, who understanding who we are. You know what I'm saying? What our lineage is, man. Y'all very equipped to this shit, man. Y'all ahead of the game. Right now, you should be waiting on motherfuckers to hit this curve. You be stopping them, like asking them certain questions, man, because there's certain shit that we got to do. You feel what I'm saying? It's certain shit that we got to do to protect this and put out this information. I'm not going to hold y'all any longer, man. We're going to get straight into it, man. We're going to get straight into it.
I really need you guys to hit that subscribe button. If you have not subscribed, you better hit that subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen. And then I'm going to need you to share this on your Twitter. Everybody retweet the link to this broadcast right now, ladies and gentlemen.
And fuck that. I need everybody to retweet this one. Big Aboriginal Power shit. Share the live stream. Share the Tariq shit too, but share this one. Share this one. If you ain't subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you have not supported the channel yet, hit the support the channel. We're just going to be a good one, man. We got to talk about some things. Let's go.
Because we got a lot of stuff we're going to talk about. We won't be on here too long, but we're going to make it do what it do. So on social media today, a lot of folks we were having a lot of different conversations. There were different Twitter space rooms. The conversation coming up about Pan-Africanism. Is Pan-Africanism dead? A lot of people now are just not on the Pan-Africanism wave. A lot of people now are like, hey, man, you know, we're looking out for foundational Black Americans. We ain't really trying to do the whole, we're going to go to Africa. Nobody's really buying into the Wakanda myth that's been sold to us for a long time. Nobody's buying into that now. And now that we're foundational Black Americans are kind of questioning a lot of stuff. There's people now who's questioning Garvey's real allegiance. There were some people, they had a room earlier, they were talking about, well, Garvey was meeting with the Klan. Garvey had private letters where he was really disparaging Black people, calling Black people lazy. So a lot of people are really going back to revisit and study this Pan-African thing and to see if it ever popped off or if it could be viable. The fact is, a lot of times when people...
The only motherfucker who been recently talking about Pan-Africanism is dead is me. That's Big Al Power. I done brought that up. So let's just be real. I know certain people, and I shout out to Booby, shout out to Mel for Securethetribe, the F.B.I brothers who rock with me. Man, I've been rocking with them. You understand me? But this whole Pan-African dead shit, we've been killing that. Pan-Africanism been dead since 2020. That's a fitnat. You see what I'm saying? They've been dead since 2020. You understand me? Listen, man, this is the Wake and Bake Show. Y'all still seem like y'all kind of sleep. Thumb up the video. Drop some fire emojis in the chat. DJ Cuddy, wake them up a little bit. Give them some sound. That's what I'm talking about. Get them wake up. Wake up. Wake up. This is the Wake and Bake Show, man. Let's get it, man. We're going to get right back into this fire-ass info, man. Let's go.
Came to us, foundational Black Americans, many times talking about linking up with Africa and things like that. A lot of times it had a scammy little vibe to it. Even with the American Colonization Society, when they were sending people to Liberia, that was kind of scammy, you know. They were sending free blacks over there, and a lot of blacks were going over there dying, and many blacks didn't want to go over there because they understood we're not from that part of the world. I mean, we've been here for centuries. A lot of black people at the time knew that we were foundational. We'd been here for a long time. Even Frederick Douglass spoke out against repatriating or patriating because a lot of us can't even prove where in Africa we came from. It's very
My bad. I'm over here talking with my mic muted. I want to show y'all something real quick. Because we're talking about black liberation and how people know who we are and where we come from. You understand me? It's a lot of different things that you got to deal with when we start dealing with who we are. Tariqnasheed, she said, most of us do know exactly who the hell we are. We're not confused on who we are. Not one little bit. And so I kind of want to play you this clip real quick. Give me just a second. Let me screen share this real quick. Let me take it off the screen. Shout out to DJ Cuddy in the building. While we listening to what Tariq just said, let's move over here to this next little thing I want to line up for you guys. Let me show y'all this. All right, hold on. My bad.
Did you want me to pull what you just sent me up?
Oh,
okay,
no,
I got you.
I got it.
Okay.
My bad. I was about to, though. I was going to have you do it.
I just seen it. My bad.
It's in the late 60s, early 70s. You know what I'm saying? Brothers coming back from the Vietnam War. Listen to what they got to say.
It's illegal, they say. It's against regulation. They come down. We have to. All right. If you don't take it off before you come in the theater, you don't get in theater. You know, this is the way they do this time. They say. It's not my call.
Listen, this man going in, he talking about, listen, we were afro. And they told us we could go to the army rocking our afro. And he said when they got there, they want us to cut it bald, a high top and fade and shit. He said, no, nigga, that ain't our culture. You understand me? I love to hear elder men back in the day talking about what is their culture, man. Let me run this back one more time, man. I know y'all couldn't hear it, man. Fuck it.
I'm gonna ride around.
Let me refresh this bitch one time. Let me run it back.
It's illegal, they say. It's against regulation. They come down hard. We have to. All right, if you don't take it off before you come in the theater, you don't get in theater. You know, this is the way they do this time. They said the afro was legal. Am I right or wrong? That's what they said. It was legal. We can sport the afro. All right. This man, there's a lot of brothers here. This man here has got an afro. This is an afro right here. Or somewhat of an afro. It's not big, no. But they want us to wear skin head. What they call it, high and tight. High and tight. It's not my culture. Am I right or wrong? They come over here.
You see how slick that nigga talk? He said, it's not my culture. You understand me? He know what he said, listen, that's our fro. We not worrying about this. We want to practice our culture and practice and fight for what we believe in. Listen to him. He going in.
They get, all right, a Vietnamese girl. She called me a nigger. A Vietnamese girl. I know it's not part of their language. Ain't nobody tell me that's part of their language. But I'm going to go over here. The beast, you know that. See, we go over here.
Somebody said it ain't a part of their language. And that's what he said. Somebody else said, who language? Who taught him that? Saying he said the beast. So a lot of these cultures come over here and call you these racist words. That's not even in their motherfucking language. Like my man would say, he said, ain't even their culture. Who the fuck taught them that? You understand me? Who the fuck taught them that? Somebody taught these people to hate you. Somebody taught these people not to like you. Somebody taught these people how to undermine you. And our peoples knew it back then.
We fight, okay, we fight to defend the water we drink, the land we grow our food on, and our way of culture. We also fight to protect Rockefeller's foundations. We fight.
Boom. He said we fight to protect it, to actively produce our culture, the food, and what we grow on our land. And he said we also fight to support and protect the Rothschilds and the Rockefeller Foundation. Listen, this is in the 70s. These brothers already knew what the fuck was going on. We never had an identity crisis. We been knew who we are. Period. Let's continue this, man. I just want to, because this is a sidebar to what Tariqnasheed was saying.
Right.
Period.
Kennedy's foundation, all these different kind of foundations that the black man can't partake of, you understand? And then we go back, we're continuously harassed. It's not necessary. This ain't what we heard. This is what we know. See, we've seen it from the bird's eye point of view. We are the people here now. See? We see it now. This ain't what we heard. You know.
Out in the bill. Now, just like you said, these Oriental people don't know how to where the word nigga came from or nothing. They have to learn how to speak it. You go out there in that Ville. The first time I come over here, I goes out in the Ville, I falls into one of these places, and I'm thrown out because I'm black, you know? Because I'm black. They don't like us. They say, we start trouble. Now, who done put this stuff in their mind? You know what I mean?
He said people look at us like we start trouble all around the world, and they never even met us before.
And that's a damn shame.
So who's done implanted this into these people's minds?
That's right.
They done been around the world, and the world projects the same hate. Who taught these people? That's the question we got to propose. It is a system in place for them to learn behind the scenes how to undermine and hate you.
That's crazy.
Let's continue.
The beasts came over here and brainwashed these people. We get out here and try to do our thing, and they want to downrate us. Right on. Because we're black. Because the beasts came over here and told them that we ain't nothing but trouble. Right. Because we got a strong rapper and they scared we're going to take the women away.
Right. Well, wait a minute. Let me tell you something about down south. Let's say down high in July this year right here, when the so-called the beast, this is what we call them because they act savage and barbarous. It's illegal, they say. It's against regulation.
He said we're going to talk about the beast. You know what I'm saying? The beast. He said that's who. He said I ain't gonna call them what they. He said I'm gonna call them the beast because it's a system of them. The beast is all the whole foreigners coming together to undermine you. Listen to them.
They come down hard. We have to. All right. If you don't take it off before you come in the theater, you don't get in theater. You know, this is the way they do this time. They said the afro was legal. Am I right or wrong? That's what they said.
You muted, Ab.
My bad. I said that's exactly what we was talking about. You see what I'm saying? He's breaking down the same thing Tariqnasheed talking about in 2022. Hell, this brother was talking about this in the 70s. Same issues, the same understanding, the same strategy points today. Let's continue.
And now that we have Americans, we ain't really trying to do the whole, we're going to go to Africa. Nobody's really buying into the Wakanda myth that's been sold to us for a long time. Nobody's buying into that. And now that we're Foundation of Black Americans are kind of questioning a lot of stuff. There's people now who's questioning Garvey's real allegiance. There was people, they had a room earlier, they were talking about, well, Garvey was meeting with the Klan. Garvey had private letters where he was really disparaging black people, calling black people lazy. So a lot of people are really going back to revisit and study this Pan-African thing and to see if it ever popped off or if it could be viable. The fact is, a lot of times when people came to us, Foundation of Black Americans, many times talking about linking up with Africa and things like that, a lot of times it had a scammy little vibe to it. Even with the American Colonization Society, when they were sending people to Liberia, that was kind of scammy, you know. They were sending free blacks over there, and a lot of blacks were going.
Any movement that takes us out of our natural dominion and our natural state, going somewhere else, it ultimately is a scammy idea.
That's right.
To get Black Americans to leave and use their creativeness, their mound building, their science, their ingenuity, is some type of scamminess in place.
Period.
Do you understand that? I just want that to be sunk inside of your brain. They've been lying to you. When have you ever been told that, hey, y'all, you know that you're the true people of this land, and y'all built all the pyramids and even Western medicine and medical research understanding come from you guys? When have y'all ever been told little shit like that? Never. Never. You was never taught this in Western education, man.
Over there dying, and many blacks didn't want to go over there because they understood we're not from that part of the world. I mean, we've been here for centuries. A lot of black people at the time knew that we were foundational. We'd been here for a long time. Even Frederick Douglass spoke out against repatriating or patriating because a lot of us can't even prove where in Africa we came from. It's very speculative. And again, there were a lot of black people who were all.
Of course, there was a lot of black people that was already here. This whole speculative point that Aboriginal people wasn't in America, like Aborigines wasn't in America, like melanated Negroes that descend bloodline lineage to from America wasn't already here. Of course, that story is apprehensive. Of course, it's fabricated. Of course, it's an artificial insert of some sort. This is the scammy texture that they seem to lay down.
That's right.
They've been lying to you, Aborigines. They've been lying to us, Aboriginals. They didn't want you to wake up, man. This is the most detrimental shit ever to these people.
A lot of us can't even prove.
True power, goddammit. The true power.
It's very speculative. And again, there were a lot of black people who were already here. So it's very hard to really assess who came from where. You understand? Now, let's be very clear. I have a lot of love and respect for brothers and sisters in the diaspora. I still rock with them. People think because we are acknowledging our Foundation of Black American lineage, they think that we are disparaging some of our riders in the diaspora. No, we're not. I still ride with brothers and sisters in Africa, especially in the UK. I rock with brothers and sisters in the Caribbean who are still on code. I rock with whoever's on code. If you're on code for empowerment and against white supremacy, I rock with any black person. I don't care where.
Yeah, me neither. Any melanated Aboriginal to whatever continent you at, I'll rock with you if you're going against the system, if you want liberation, if you want political power, if you want economic footing within your areas. I'm with every melanated person on the earth, on the globe. That's with that. With that being said, there's a lot of coons that get involved and try to stop the flow of what we're doing. But I'm with all the people that's with what we're doing. I just show my love in constant energies towards my Aboriginal brothers and sisters to North America, because that's where I reside. I understand the struggle. I understand what they went through. I understand what you built. I understand what you have not got in return. I understand what has been stolen, what has been reconverted. I understand that you are owed restitutions. I understand that. I'm right here with you, brothers. Us Aboriginal brothers got to stick together.
Where you are. If you're from Australia, I rock with you.
If you are against systematic white supremacy. And we have to be very clear. A lot of foundational Black Americans have a bad taste in their mouth about Pan-Africanism now because of the representatives that's coming over here now
from the Caribbean and from Africa, what they're doing.
And not only that, a lot of these American coons, Aborigine coons who claim to be Pan-Africans. You got to realize most of the Pan-Africans are your lost coon cousin that's lost, your family members, your neighbors that's lost. These are not continental Africans that blood lineage goes back to the Africa for the most part. Most of these people are projecting this. They believe they come from Africa. They some wannabes. They're what we call Wafricans. A Wafrican. That's a wannabe African. They want to go to Africa. They want to fight for Africa. They want liberation. But I have never seen yet to see an indigenous Aborigine or a brother from America pushing Pan-African side by side with a continental African pushing Pan-Africanism. Both sides of the world together coming together. I've never seen that. It seems like it's mostly just Americans doing the work. So why keep doing the work for somebody who don't want to work with you? Apply yourself somewhere else. The Aborigines of America is us. The so-called Black people, that's us. We ain't got to confuse that. It's only when they come here they want to get into the mix.
Now they're sending over a lot of coons.
And the coons are putting a bad taste in everyone's mouth. These are the same Sambos who are undermining people over there. The same people who are undermining people over in the diaspora, they come over here with that same mentality. They come over here with their same insecurities, their colorisms. That's why when we see people on TikTok and Instagram talking about dark skin, light skin, man, 9 times out of 10, it's a non-FBA person talking.
They're bringing that filth over here.
And that's why when Tariq be saying shit like, I rock with this person, that's cool. That's cool. You can have friends wherever. But listen, I'm for melanated Negro Aborigine Americans first. Is that an issue? Drop a fire emoji if you're a proud Aborigine or a proud American Negro, foundational Negro. Drop a fire emoji. I do this. I'm with y'all first. Share the live stream, man.
That's right.
The Wake and Bake Show. Share the live stream. Share the live stream. Hit the like button. We got to work against the algorithms. I know they be playing with the notifications. Share the live stream.
I'm in the house. I'm in the house. Come on in, family. Wake on up.
Get on up.
Wake on up. The general's in the motherfucking house. Wake your ass up.
Yeah, it's the Wake and Bake, nigga. It's time to get it.
Trying to infuse us with it. We're not on
that because we understand where we are under the system of white supremacy. We're all treated the same no matter what your skin tone is. Excuse me. But we're starting to see, unfortunately, a lot of people who come around us off code trying to undermine us. Many of them happen to be non-FBA folks. So a lot of people are kind of looking at the Pan-Africanism thing a little different now. Many people believe that the whole concept is dead. I don't know. But we are looking at our foundational Black American lineage. And let me tell you something. Us looking at our foundational Black American lineage, that is more threatening than Pan-Africanism. Do you understand me? Because we are understanding who we are. We're understanding who we are as a lineage. We're not buying into the Wakanda thing like we used to. because white people have no problem sitting up selling Wakanda to us. They have no problem doing that. They have no problem saying, hey, man, you guys came from this great civilization thousands of years ago. They have no problem telling us that, because they understand it's not popping over there in the diaspora right now. They understand that. The white supremacists understand that many of the black people over there in the diaspora, they are doing any and everything to get over here. They know that. So the white society has no problem selling us the Wakanda package. If we just somehow make it back over to Africa, everything is going to be all right. Ain't going to be no racism. You know, that's what they got those artists over here talking about. Remember, what's his name? Rotimi from Nigeria. Man, over there, man, everything is just better. The air is just crisp when you get over there. Well, nigga, why are you in New York? You understand that y'all not selling the package good enough, because y'all selling it while you're sitting over here. You see? Y'all selling us the Akon City package. You remember Akon was selling that whole Akon City. It's going to be spaceships and sky trains and robots, and you know, we've had enough. We've had enough of the Akon City Wakanda package. That
always talking about what's good going on in Africa. This is better home. Our people are more respected. They got more. They just grow up better. Boy, stop the cap. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. No bullshit. We know that shit cap. How y'all ever seen Pirates of Somalia? Y'all ever seen Liberian general cannibal squad tribes and shit? Nigga, they got a whole group of kids that's working for Sierra Leone. They like the death squad. They shoot and kill people just randomly. Come on, man. Y'all got shit going on over there. Y'all don't have any room. Even our worst ghettos is not as bad as some of y'all good places in Africa.
That's right.
Some of our worst ghettos is better than some of y'all decent spots in Africa.
They're trying to sell us because we see what's going on over there is very tribalistic. And then when they get over here, they bring that same tribalism over here to us. You understand? That's the reality. And we're not hating on anybody. We're just speaking the reality. We're just speaking the reality. Now, let me tell you something. When we start looking at our F.B.I. heritage, see, that gets us on code. And us being on code, that is a threat, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you follow me on social media, you will know today I had yet another visit from the F.B.I. The F.B.I. came to my home today, this afternoon. What time did they come? They came around noon. They came pretty early. Kind of took me by surprise. So the F.B.I. came to my house today. And I'm thinking it was a delivery. I'm like, who's coming to my house this early? Usually, you know, we get different people running in and out of the house all day. We have tutors and stuff coming, but the kids are in school and the tutors come later. And we get Amazon packages all day, but usually they come later. So somebody's ringing my doorbell hella early. I'm like, okay, they must be delivering a package. And I didn't bring my phone to the door with me. And it was the F.B.I. And I always say, when the F.B.I. visits, I need to start recording them. They've visited me a few times. Yes, the F.B.I. went to my house. They visited me a few times. I said, when they come, I got to record them. I got to record them when they come. But I went to the door and it was like, hey, well, this is the F.B.I. Mr. Nasheed, we want to ask you a few questions.
You're not in any trouble or anything. I said, okay.
That's crazy. That nigga had the F.B.I. come to his crib. I remember last time the F.B.I. come to his crib. You got to watch these Pan-Africans, bro. So if you get into it with these Pan-Africans, they be agents sometimes. They might come to send them people to your crib.
Well, I didn't know it was them. I'm thinking it was a delivery, and I got to start checking my damn security cameras. Now, the good thing is I have cameras all around my house anyway that record automatically. I think they record like 30 seconds or something automatically. If somebody walks up to the door, the cameras will record about 30 seconds of footage. So this is the footage that was recorded automatically of their. You can't hear nothing, but you can see them. This is in front of my house. Hold on. Let me show this real quick. This is them in front of my house looking very alt-rightish, by the way. I'm like, who the hell is this? All right, so that's them in front of my house. This was before I went outside, so they had one in the back. If you see ever look in your Ring camera and see somebody standing around like that, that's the feds, ladies and gentlemen. If you got one person at the door and another person backing them up, that is the feds. All right. So they came to the crib and they asked me some very interesting questions. Basically, now the last time they came, I think the last time they came in 2016. I think they came another time too. They usually come around an election year, which is interesting. I remember them coming in 2016 in September. They came September 11th. That's the birth of my son, Mateo. I remember that day because I went back home from the hospital and then they came by the house. So they usually come around an election year. Excuse me. And as you know, we've been talking about having this event up there in DC, and we've been getting the runaround, and now we see why. Obviously, the feds, they've told them to stall us and not give us a permit to do this event. They've been stalling like crazy in Washington, DC. So now we see what's going on. So they come to the house. Also, this is right after people online who many of us suspected to be ops or federal agents trying to lure me and bait me into showing up to those Power 106 protests that I didn't even.
You muted again, brother?
Oh yeah, I am, man. He's talking about that dude Check, man. When he said them suspecting agents just try to lure him, brother DJ Cuddy, excuse me. They talking about the nigga Check who was in there arguing with him.
Nigga, I need that Khaled money.
It's coming real soon, goddamn.
That's right.
We the best, goddamn. Fuck that. DJ Cuddy, goddamn.
Period.
Shout out to everybody in the middle. But yeah, no, when he said he's talking about these agents trying to lure him in and get him there for these Power 106 particular protests, they're talking about the dude Check from I guess who was loosely affiliated with Secure-the-Tribe, and they're talking about the guy Brandon Tucker of Long Beach, California, better known as Pan-African Strike Back. His name is Brandon Tucker. He's a known, a suspected agent. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue.
Even organize. Remember, people online who
many of us suspected to be ops or federal agents trying to lure me and bait me into showing up to those Power 106 protests that I didn't even organize. Remember last week, there was a series of Power 106 protests that was organized by our sister Connie Collins. I didn't organize any of them. But notice that there were so many people, these trolls trying to lure me and bait me into showing.
You remember Brandon? He was like, Tariq spent $500 to someone, and I'll fight all you FBAs. That big soft teddy bear ass nigga. Yeah, he's a suspected agent.
Up there was this desperate attempt to try to get me to show up to those protests, which was very suspicious. Half the time I was I wasn't even in the continental United States, but I saw it for what it was. I'm like, wait a minute, why are random people desperately trying to lure me into a specific location at a specific time? I understand the 48 laws of power. You don't ever show up where somebody else wants you to show up. That's warfare 101. You bring the people to you. You determine where everything is going to go down. When people try to lure you into a certain situation, at a specific time, at a specific location, boy, that's a setup all day. You see? Notice all the people who were trying to lure me and bait me into showing up at a specific time at that radio station.
Yes, Brandon Tucker is the guy that was arguing with Sister Connie. He has a YouTube channel called Pan-Africanism Strike Back. His real name is Brandon Tucker. And he's an ex-sissified sumo wrestler. A failed sumo wrestler, allegedly.
For something that I didn't even
organize. Trying to use little weak, goofy shaming tactics. Wait, Tariq, are you scared to come through? Tariq sound like he's scared. What? That type of talk is Agent Talk 101. You ain't fooling nobody. Oh, yeah. I saw that for what it was. And also, you had people out there who were fishing for lawsuits. I'm going to get on that.
The mute button, my guy.
Yeah, I know. I was just down here. My bad. Man, y'all gotta understand. This dude Brandon is a sleazeball. He tried to get a lawsuit. This is like the worst of his kind. These are the Pan-African / African scam layers that they bring. You guys, hit that like button. Can we get everybody to share the live stream? Hit the like stream. Thumb up the video as well, man. Make sure y'all support the channel. Cash App and PayPal information at the bottom of the screen.
A little bit later,
you had some operatives and tethers out there really hoping that I would show up so they can fish for a lawsuit. Hopefully, they were hoping that somebody connected with the protest would touch him or lay hands on him so that they can turn around and try to sue me. That was another tactic they were trying to do. We saw that a mile away. But anyway, so now after that protest last week, and all of a sudden, we're talking about trying to get a protest going up there in Washington, D.C. They're giving me the runaround. And then the F.B.I. shows up to the crib. And here, this is the thing. They were talking about, well, we wanted to ask you some questions about Frank James, Tariq. Frank James, y'all remember, that was the guy in New York who allegedly shot up the subway in New York. Remember? How many months ago was that?
How many months ago was that?
They asked me, well, Mr. Nasheed, Frank James, are you familiar with him? He did a mass shooting at a subway in New York. I said, yeah, I'm familiar with the story. And they were like, well, we saw online that he followed your social media about 10 years ago. He followed you on social media and he retweeted you 10 years ago. I said, okay, and there's a lot of people who follow me and retweet me. That's correct. We know you have a big following. And the agent said, did Mr. James ever try to reach out to you for anything? No, he didn't try to reach out to me. Now let's go back to 2016. Again, that's all cap. That's all cap. They basically wanted me to know that they got eyes on me. They wanted me to know that they got eyes on me. They did this. Remember in 2016, they came to my crib and they started asking me about Micah Johnson. Hey, are you familiar with Micah Johnson? Yeah, I'm familiar with him. Did you know him? Did he ever reach out to you? No, he never did. Are you a part of any nefarious organization? No, I'm not. Micah Johnson, has he ever emailed you? I said, good. If he emailed me, you guys would know it. You guys been monitoring my emails and phone calls for decades. They've been on my bumper for years. So they asked me, again, fast forwarding to today, they were asking me if I knew him. And let me tell you, this is the kicker right here. I said, yeah, he didn't reach out to me. I don't know anything about him. The white cop or the white agent said, did he reach out to any other FBAs? They asked me.
Damn, did they reach out to any other FBAs? The FBI know who they is? Sheesh. Hey, FBI. I know they listen to the Big Al shit, but this is a lineage thing. This ain't a group.
Out to any other FBAs.
They asked me, did Frank James reach out to any other FBAs? He used the term FBA. No, he didn't reach out to any other FBAs that I know of. So they asked me, did this guy reach out to any other FBAs? And I reminded him, I said, by the way, you know it's a lineage, right? Yeah. We understand that. You understand? So they're just letting me know that they're watching, then they know. Yes, indeed. Yes, they did. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Yes, they did. They asked me, did he reach out to any other FBAs? No. And I had to remind them, no, you're not going to play that game. No, you're not going to try to make FBA a group. You know it's not a group. Stop it. And let's be clear, all of this stuff with people online trying to make FBA a group, those are the feds doing that. Those are the feds doing that, by the way. Those are the feds doing that. That's the FBI putting that information out there. You dig? So just understand that. Because, see, we're getting on code as far as our lineage. You know, we're getting on code as far as our lineage. And we're talking about getting tangibles, and we're talking about getting it here. We're not talking about going to Wakanda. We're not talking about Pan-Africanism. We're talking about getting what we're supposed to get right here, right now. And that is the threat, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of us are getting on code out here. And law enforcement, they're getting desperate. They're getting very desperate right now. Look at some of the stuff that they're doing around the country. There was a white officer in Kansas City who got convicted. He shot a black man, shot an innocent black man a couple of years ago. Everybody got on code and got his ass convicted. I think he got 6 years. You know they're going to give him a slap on the wrist. They're going to give him the minimum. But now, in retaliation, what they're doing in Kansas City, in this certain part of Kansas City, the police are basically retaliating by not responding to certain 911 calls.
And that's going on everywhere. You got a lot of these white new politicians moving into certain areas, trying to take over these black, melanated, Aborigine dominant ran towns. For instance, Madison, Tennessee, you got these race baiters and extremists trying to take over the political infrastructure in Madison, and the people are fighting back. Hashtag Save Madison. That's a similar incident.
The city police won't respond to calls as retaliation against the verdict, lawsuit says. So people are suing the police department. Daniel Fox, and this is the guy here. This is the good guy right here. It's a good white guy right here. He alleges that the police refused to investigate a break-in next door to his house, and later
he said that's a good white guy. Look at it. Good hunky.
Intimidated him into deleting a Twitter post that was critical of the police's alleged inaction. So they're trying to get revenge on the citizens. They're mad that one of their guys got convicted for killing a black man. So now they're going to try to take revenge on the citizens. This is the kind of dirty little janky stuff that we have going on with law enforcement right now. This is the kind of dirty little janky stuff that we have going on with law enforcement right now. This is desperation. They're very desperate right now. And there's another case in Mississippi, I think. Remember, there was a cop who was caught using the N-word and all this stuff. And in this it's a majority black town. The black citizens they have to sue the police now because of basically a martial law policy where they're just being targeted based on race. So it's a small town. It's the Lexington Police Department. This was the guy bragging about killing 13 people. So now the black folks have to file a lawsuit to protect themselves from the damn police department out here. This is how crazy it's getting out here. So this is why they don't want us on code. Because see, we're getting on code and we're saying, hey, enough is enough. We got to shut some of this white supremacist terrorism down, as we should. We have a constitutional right to do that. You understand? We have a constitutional right to do that, to shut this stuff down. But see, when we get on code, that gets scary to the dominant society.
Can't get on code by thinking that your lineage comes from Africa. You know what I'm saying? The only way we're gonna get on code is Aboriginal. If you ain't on code with Aboriginal, you're off code. Right? You're not saying that your lineage come from America. You're off code right now. If you're still thinking that you came from Africa, you're off code. Right? If you're thinking that your blood lineage and everybody you're off. You're done. So get on code. Shout out to the American Aborigines. Shout out to the F.B.I brothers and sisters watching. Guys in their lineage. We here to help you with this.
Yeah, they're trying to bring the sundown towns back because those white numbers are dwindling. So they have to create an apartheid state, and we're just not going for it. So that now they're trying to do these intimidation tactics. You know, show the FBI showing up to people's homes like me. That's an intimidation tactic. Them asking me about a random dude from a killing that he did a couple of months ago. Come on, that's all cap. That's them. See, back in the day, they would be the FBI would be very covert. They didn't want you to know that they were following them. And right now, they have a different strategy. They want you to know that they got eyes on you. The FBI wants you to know that they got eyes on you. Okay? And a lot of us are not going for the Pan-Africanism thing. We're not doing the black and brown. That's another thing, too. We're rejecting a lot of this stuff. We're rejecting a lot of kumbaya stuff.
The black and brown stuff we're rejecting.
Yeah, when the FBI came, that's all they doing is we see you, nigga. That's just like when niggas hop on, you can tell who an agent is around here, right? Because they'll get on her and be talking all kind of shit. They'll start running down your whole rap sheet. Yeah, nigga, at 9 years old, we know that you dug a booger and stuck it up under the desk. And at 16, we know that you stole a vehicle. You know what I mean? They be on, like, who are you, sir? Like, you thought you was just a regular YouTuber. No. These niggas be agents, man. These niggas be proxies. They tell on themselves what they do. They not scared. They ain't doing no secret reports on you like they used to do Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, and Malcolm X, and Martin Luther King, and all these niggas. No. They ain't secretly doing it. They running up on your bitch ass, letting you know. They gonna knock on your door in plain clothes. Hey, this is FBI agent Brad, and this is Jeremiah back here, and we just want to ask you a few questions. Oh no, they want you to let you know. We see you, niggas. Hey, niggas, we see you, nigga.
Why do you think there's such a desperate attempt to tether
Latinos into our culture? Why do you think that there's such a desperate attempt? They're talking about having a section for Latinos at the African American History Museum. You understand? Why that desperate play? Why do you think so many Latinos are desperately trying to crowbar and revise history by claiming that they created some damn hip hop? See, that's not something that's trivial, family. That's not something that we're supposed to take lightly, okay? And we see this all over the place. There's this one Hispanic dude on Twitter everybody's been going in on. He's been sitting up here trying to rewrite history. Puerto Ricans, Antillianos, whoever that is in general, had a major hand in the creation of the world's two biggest music genres, hip hop and reggaeton, if you don't stop. The world's biggest music artist is San Benito, Boricua born and raised. Okay, who's reggaeton? Come on, stop it. But this whole thing where they're trying to crowbar themselves into hip hop, that's not trivial. Because when people can come in and revise your lineage and culture, they can ultimately erase you. So you have some of the white Hispanics coming in trying to act as colonizers. They're trying to colonize our culture, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we don't go for that. We are not going.
Man, these Mexicans and these Hispanics been trying to colonize our culture. These bitches been coming over. You got niggas like Cardi B, Daddy Yankee, Pitbull. You know what I'm saying? Now you got niggas like Peso. You got niggas like Lil Migo, Lil Mexico. You got all these little niggas coming over here. And they think that they can just undermine Black American culture without us saying so. You don't think you just gonna undermine Aborigine and F.B.I culture and think that you ain't gonna get that motherfucking work, nigga? Y'all got the nerve to act like y'all went 50-50 with hip hop, half and half with breakdancing. Come on, nigga. Y'all wasn't around in the 70s. Name me one hip hop DJ artist that was Puerto Rican or Spanish in the 70s.
That's right.
Way before Kool Herc. Kool Herc just spun that shit. And we can talk about the DJs before them. Like I said, in the 70s, you couldn't name one. We tired of this shit, man. Straight
That's
up.
right.
Going for that. And a lot of people were talking about this clip of Fat Joe on Angie Martinez's show. Where's that thing? Right here. Fat Joe, again, he's been really going around telling this lie that Latinos and blacks created hip hop. It was 50-50. In what universe was it 50-50? This is Fat Joe. Listen to this. Hold on.
But it still does not negate the
lie.
The culture and the history of how it started.
Created hip hop. If you go to Wild Style, the first hip hop movie, you will see the Cold Crush brothers. The DJ was Charlie Chase, Puerto Rico.
Cap. Stop the cap, big boy.
Cap.
And you'll go to the battle that they had with Romantic, which is the first Puerto Rican MC. Ruby D was in there with the Fantastic Romantic. You cannot eliminate style. The first hip hop movie, you will see the Cold Crush brothers. Their DJ was Charlie Chase, Puerto Rican. And you'll go to the battle that they had with Romantic, which is the first Puerto Rican MC. Ruby D was in there with the Fantastic Romantic. You cannot eliminate the Latinos' contribution to hip hop. When you talk about breakdancing, we talk about rock steady and crazy legs. When you talk about graffiti,
That's why he got on sunglasses, so he can hide the truth in his eyes. He's lying.
That's super cap. Tariq about to break this shit down too. Tariq about to break this nigga down. But let's finish this shit out. Hey man, shout out to all my Aborigines, my Aboriginal brothers and sisters. All my F.B.I brothers and sisters as well. Can I get y'all to thumb up the video? Can we get 500 likes in the building? Can we get 500 likes in the building? And can we get a few more people to share the live stream? Let's get 1,000 people in this live stream, this Grand Rise. Let's get 1,000 people in this live stream, this Grand Rise. And turn up.
Anyway, like and subscribe. Period.
Hit that subscribe button.
It was 50-50, bro.
Latinos weren't in.
Romantic, which is the first Puerto Rican MC. Ruby D was in there with the Fantastic Romantic. You cannot eliminate the Latinos' contribution to hip hop. When you talk about breakdancing, we talk about rock steady and crazy legs. When you talk about graffiti, like it's every element of hip hop. It was 50-50, bro.
Latinos weren't involved in hip hop directly that much in the early days of hip hop. They were one or two.
All right, that was our good brother Grandmaster Cass.
Yeah, look, Grandmaster Cass told him that's over with. It was one or two maybe in the early stages of hip hop, but before that, in the predecessor days in the 70s, you couldn't find one. Facts.
Excuse me. Setting the record straight about the real deal. That's just not true. Hey guys, I'm sorry, the sound was off. Okay, so that was our good brother Grandmaster Cass. Sorry guys, sorry about the audio. So that's them telling that lie, that 50-50 lie. That is not true. As we know, they start talking about the Rocksteady crew and Crazy Legs. They love going to the Crazy Legs lie. Crazy Legs and the Rocksteady, they came in the 80s. They came damn near a decade after hip hop was created. They were not prominent until the 80s. They came later. Even Crazy Leg said when he started breakdancing, the black B-boys were looking at him like, hey, man, those moves you're doing are played out. You understand?
They were telling.
Right. They was telling Crazy Leg bitch ass, yeah, nigga, listen, stop acting like you doing something. Them moves play the fuck out. Ben did that. Them like 10 years ago moves, look Crazy Legs. Come on,
you
now.
Understand? They were telling Crazy Legs those moves you're doing are outdated and played out, dude. So don't let them run this game. Even Charlie Chase, he said that when he got into DJing, when he was DJing for Grandmaster.
We're not about to give none of this hip hop to the island boys. No, hell no. That shit started in North.
That's the cast. The other Puerto Ricans looked down upon him. He said the other Puerto Ricans were like, why are you hanging out with the Morenos? Why are you hanging out with them niggas listening to that Jungle Bunny music? The Puerto Ricans were not only unavailable for the creation of hip hop, they were racially hating on it. We're not giving them any credit. We're not giving them any credit for something that they were hating on. If it was up to the Puerto Ricans, there would be no hip hop because they were hating on it, ladies and gentlemen. These are the facts. This is reality. We're not going to play this game.
And
right, we not no island boy. I'm just an island boy.
When they start talking about how they created
hip hop and they were there 50-50, okay, hip hop was started formerly in the early 70s. We can point to the black B-boys, the black MCs, the black DJs
who were around in the
right. You can point to them. It wasn't no island boy.
B-boys, the black MCs, the black DJs who were around in the early 70s. We can point to the black MCs, Coke LaRock, Melly Mills, Kaz, Hollywood, all of these people. We can point to all the DJs even before Cool DJ Herc. You had Disco King Mario, who was getting busy in the early 70s, and other people, Grandmaster Flowers, all these other people. So you can point to the black, who were the Puerto Rican DJs in the early 70s? Who were they? Who were they? Who were the Puerto Rican MCs? Who were the Puerto Rican B-boys in the early 70s? You see? And then when you talk to the people who were there, see, we can name off the F.B.I. B-boys, the twins, the legendary twins, A1 B-boy Sosa, Trixie. There's an interview of Trixie, who was one of the original B-boys from the early 70s. Again, he came out, he said, hey, wasn't no Puerto Ricans around. All the people who were there, they keep it 100.
That's right.
Puerto Ricans around. Listen to this guy. All right? Listen to this guy. Tell the truth. Wasn't no Puerto Ricans around. Listen to this. Hold on one second. Let me play this. Hold on.
Put you straight up. There wasn't no Puerto Ricans.
Wasn't no Puerto Ricans.
Coming to the parties.
Okay. So wasn't no Puerto Rican breakdancers.
There wasn't no Puerto Rican.
But you said you started it.
I started. And I'm not Puerto Rican.
You're not Puerto Rican.
I am not Puerto Rican.
Wow.
I am black and proud.
Okay.
My mom is from North Carolina. And my dad is from South Carolina.
Okay, salute,
We're black.
salute.
We Indian. We got the African genes.
See, he fucked up when he said the African. He was going somewhere. And nigga said, yeah, my people from South Carolina, goddamn North Carolina. He was going with it. When that nigga hit you with that, we got the African chains. It threw it all off. Nigga said, we Indian. Nigga, we from South Carolina. He was going in. Listen to him real quick.
I'm from North Carolina. And my dad is from South Carolina.
Okay, salute,
We're black.
salute.
We Indian. We got the African, the genes.
Nigga said that African. He fucked it all up, right? That nigga was on a roll. I was like, hold on, cuz, get him. Nigga said South Carolina, North Carolina. I'm like, damn, you know his lineage. He going, and he said them African chains. Fucked it all up.
Shame.
The little African shit fucked it all up. Let's finish this up.
Right. Anyway, most of the dances anyway come from my city.
Okay.
And tap dancing is black, you know. Ballet, black. Everything that they blind us with actually comes from us.
Right.
We actually have did a lot of things that our people really never got the recognition.
Right.
There you go. There you go, man. So right from the horse's mouth, man. Right from the horse's mouth. When you get around some of those old school B-boys, the ones who were there,
they gonna tell
the ones who were there, they all say the same thing. It wasn't no Puerto Ricans around. So let's be real. So this is why it's okay for us to gatekeep our culture and not try to be on this thing where we're supposed to share it with everybody, because we are not allowed to share in any other person's culture. Yes, we're definitely going to do a hip-hop documentary. That is absolutely happening, ladies and gentlemen. That is absolutely happening. That is absolutely happening. We are doing a hip-hop documentary. That's going to be right after this Maroon film that we're doing. We are definitely doing that. Everybody refresh your page if there's some problems with your page. But like I said, man, a lot of us are really looking at our lineage and our culture. We're not doing the Pan-African thing. And then a lot of these Pan-African tethers, you know, they're screaming foul right now because, see, they've been using Pan-Africanism as a hustle. A lot of them have been trying to hustle us, and they've been over there trying to hustle the diaspora too. You got some people over there using the diaspora, trying to hustle over there. They go over there trying to trick off by using Pan-Africanism. You understand? So, you know, we got to set the record straight on a lot of stuff. But a lot of these folks who got a vested interest in pushing Pan-Africanism on us, a lot of them are crying foul right now because we are looking at our lineage and we're getting codified based on our lineage. So that's why whenever we get on code, and you see a lot of these people, many of them are ops, some of them are agents, some of them are just jealous tethers. Now, y'all remember, if y'all seen footage, and I'm not going to give too much shine to this one fat fuck boy, but there's this one.
Oh, shit, you about to go in on Brandon Tucker, a.k.a. Pan-Africanism Strike Back. This probably going to be one of my favorite segment parts before I get into the next part. Hey, man, we got 500 people in the live stream. If y'all can hear me loud and clear, drop a fire emoji. This is the
Shame.
It's the Wake and Bake channel, man. Drop your city. Y'all smoking on and where y'all at this Grand Rising. Where y'all at in North America or wherever y'all at. Drop.
That's right. I'm in the house. I'm in the house. Come on in, family. Wake on up.
That's a fact. This is the Wake and Bake, man. Drop them fire emojis. Support the channel. For those that can share the live stream, share the live stream.
One bitch nigga who's been doing some homoerotic video. If y'all seen footage, and I'm not going to give too much shine to this one fat fuck boy, but there's this one bitch nigga who's been doing some homoerotic videos about me for damn near a year. This big fat bitch nigga has a page. This Pan-Africanism Strikes Back, a big fat tittified nigga, little crunchy hairline, jolly fuck boy. Very jealous of me doing these videos. This dude does like hundreds of videos whining about how much money I have. Just a big fat jealous tether. Tariq, why Tariq got all this money? Hey Tariq, why Tariq makes all this money? How does Tariq get all this money? Just a big fat moist nigga. And y'all know I never really address him because he's already acting like my bitch, and you don't have to address a bitch. But I just had to address him now because he came to that Power 106, one of those protests. His big fat jolly ass went up there to argue with a woman, and the brothers up there punked his fat ass out. Yeah, I'm not going to mention him that much, but I'm just going to speak now because he wants the attention. His big fat jolly jiggly thigh ass wants the attention, a big pocket watching bitch. He's broke as hell. This nigga drives a 2005 Hyundai station wagon looking like a big fat Avon lady driving around. He's a big fat broke bitch nigga struggling out there in Long Beach. He has a big fat jealous.
He said, sorry, Tariq. Yeah, Tariq sent him $500, Jones.
Nigga. Well, Tariq makes all this money. He got all this money for the museum. Why does Tariq get all this money and I don't have no money? He has all this money. That's this fat bitch's voice. He's a big fat goofball. So he went up to that protest. And let me tell you something. What he was trying to do, his big fat ass was up there trying to fish for a lawsuit. He put up a video saying, Tariq gave $500 to security at for the Power 106 protest. Tariq gave some money for security. So when it was revealed that I gave the sister some money for security, you know, because
I was nigga Tariq go in and out. That nigga went straight from his voice, Brandon voice. He said it went back into his regular voice. This nigga good.
He put up a video saying Tariq gave $500 to security at for the Power 106 protest. Tariq gave some money for security. So when it was revealed that I gave protest, Tariq gave some money for security. So when it was revealed that I gave the sister some money for security, you know, because I wasn't a part of the protest, but I wanted the sister to be safe. It wasn't my protest. I didn't organize it. But I wanted the sister to be safe. So when he found out that I gave the sister money for security, he thought that was his opening, because what he wants to do is try to instigate somebody connected with me to touch his fat ass so he can run and go file a lawsuit. Because he's broke and dusty. He's a failed sumo wrestler. Just a big fat nigga would get body slammed. He's a failed jiu-jitsu sumo wrestler. Got niggas body slamming his fat ass and putting their balls in his face. He's a big fat ass embarrassment. So he went up there to the protest, yelling at the sister, trying to argue with the sister, when the security guards, the brothers up there, the security brothers, backed his fat ass down. He went up there trying to act tough. I'll fight you. Anybody touch me, I'll fight you. And this nigga went up there with some hoochie daddy shorts on with it.
Yo, this nigga Tariq cooking this nigga
ass down. He went up there trying to act tough. I'll fight you. Anybody touch me, I'll fight you. And this nigga went up there with some hoochie daddy shorts on with his big fat legs oiled up, looking like a stunt double for Lizzo. He's a fat fucking nobody. He's a big fat bitch ass nobody who ain't gonna bust a grape. He went up there trying to get them brothers to put hands on him so he could run to the police and then file a lawsuit against me. That was his whole little objective. That's why he wanted me up there. Where's Tariq? How come Tariq is not here? Tariq, where's Tariq?
Tariq got cut it out, cuz too early in the morning. Yo, this nigga had hoochie daddy shorts on. He's like, I'll fight you, Tariq. I'll fight any one of you guys. Let me at him.
A lawsuit against me. That was his whole little objective. That's why he wanted me up there. Where's Tariq? How come Tariq is not here? Tariq, where's Tariq? Tariq is not here. Ain't this his protest? Where's Tariq? He wanted me to be up there so that somebody could touch him and his fat ass can go get in court. Now, he's a big, fat, jolly, goofball nigga. He wasn't going to bust a grape, ain't going to bust a grape, big, jealous bitch. And I'm not really trying to give him too much time. This is his big, fat ass right here trying to work out, trying to...
He said this is big, fat ass right here. This nigga look like he working on his glutes. Fuck this big sassy ass nigga. This nigga zesty than a motherfucker, bruh. This nigga working on his glutes. This nigga working on his bussy. This fat ass nigga struggling with these little 20-pound weights.
To be tough with his wide ass hips. He got wide ass bitch hip to work out, trying to be tough with his wide ass from too much on. This is his big fat ass right here trying to work out, trying to be tough with his wide ass hips. He got wide ass bitch hips. Look at him. Again, I'm not going to give his big fat ass too much shine. And this is another angle of his big, jolly, Countess Von built ass.
Damn, I just looked up and seen big man.
Yeah, this that dude who beat that girl up in the airport. This the gay dude who beat that girl up at the airport. He got a channel. His name Pan African Strikes Back. His ass making donkey videos. How to get thick. He making thought thick videos. How to get a thick thought. How to be a thick thought. This nigga zesty as hell. Do a push-up, big nigga.
But he's a big, fat, jealous bitch. And Brandon Tucker, I know you're listening, you big, fat-ass loser. He sits up just making videos lying about me all day. Tariq scammed. Tariq did some scams. Tariq scams the money from Haiti. Just making up stuff like a bitch. He's very jealous. He's about 5'6", fat as hell, janky hairline, thighs rubbing together like a big old bitch.
This nigga said he 5'8", 380 pounds. Boy, your ass husky. Boy, your ass built different. 5'8", 500 pounds down there, 380. That's unbelievable, boy. You need to be doing some crunches. Damn, look at this big wide back body ass nigga.
Bitch. I'm tall, beautiful, up stuff like a bitch. He's very jealous. He's about 5'6", fat as hell, janky hairline, thighs rubbing together like a big old bitch. I'm tall, beautiful, sexy, and respected. So this nigga is so damn jealous. Yes, this nigga, he makes donkey booty workout videos. This big fat bitch nigga, this big fat hoe ass nigga,
He said he make donkey booty videos. Pause. This nigga zesty than a motherfucker.
Nigga. This big fat hoe ass nigga, you ain't slick, Brandon Tucker, with your fat ass. And by the way, I posted some pictures. Somebody sent me some pictures of his ass outside of his crib. Nigga, that wasn't me who took the pictures. Some people sent me the pictures of your fat ass. Nigga, you ain't. I don't get no brownie points for pulling up on your fat, goofy ass, because all you gonna try to do is sue. This nigga's been trying to instigate somebody to touch him, connected with me, so his fat ass can be in courtroom. If somebody touch his fat ass, he get up there trying to act tough. The minute somebody touches fat ass, he's up in court just like this. His fat ass is gonna be up in court with a blouse and a bayang like Rachel Jean Till.
That nigga got man tits in his blouse. That's fucked up. Yeah, guilty. Cuz guilty. Oh my God, this look like a hairdo. This nigga really wear.
This fat bitch nigga is gonna be in court trying to sue me the minute somebody connected with me touches his big fat jolly ass. Again, I'm not going to address this dude every day. This is a one-time thing. This nigga is built like a damn toaster with feet.
A toaster.
You
with
big bitch
feet? Nigga. Yo, this nigga wilding on this nigga gang. Yo, drop a fire emoji, man. That's what happened, man. We got to start going at Pan-Africans just like this. Pan-African is dead and Pan-Africanism strike back. Your ass is through, buddy.
Again, I'm not going to address this dude every day. This is a one-time thing. This nigga is built like a damn toaster with feet. You big bitch ass nigga. Hey, Tariq got all this money, Tariq. You be getting all this money. You got $8 million for a museum, Tariq. Where's the museum? Where'd you get all this money, Tariq? This hoe ass nigga, you big fat titty bitch. That nigga showed up to the protest like that. Where's Tariq? With his legs out. This nigga went with his big fat.
I'm on the fucking floor. That nigga got his head on Lizzo body. Get the fuck out of here. This nigga got his ass on Lizzo body.
You see legs out. Hey, where's Tariq? Tariq, anybody hit me? Anybody hit me? I'm gonna go tell the police. Where's Tariq? I'll fight you in my heels. Where's Tariq? I'll fight everybody. Anybody want to touch me? This nigga went his fat ass up there trying to get beat up so he can file a damn lawsuit. You big jolly hoe ass nigga. You jolly hoe ass nigga. You all fuck boy. You dig? You will never be me. You'll never get the respect that I get. You a lying, dusty, fat, broke bitch nigga. And nigga, what you need to do is get your money by making some donkey booty workout videos, nigga. Go get with Phaedra and get you some donkey booty.
They got that nigga in full lunge working on his glue. Yo, this nigga is crushing this nigga, dog. It's over with.
Get some donkey booty workout videos, nigga. Go get with Phaedra and get you some donkey booty workout videos with your fat ass. That's what you need to do, nigga. Get your money up, get your weight up and not your hate up. Get your big fat jiggly ass out there and make you some donkey booty workout videos with your wide hips. You bussified nigga, you homoerotic ass punk. Nigga sitting around here whining about how much money another man has. What kind of bitch ass, soy milk, estrogen ass niggas are y'all raising out here? With his wide ass damn hips. Looking like Megan Thee Stallion with a thyroid problem. Good Lord. Anyway, y'all. That's been today's broadcast. Let me get up out of here, man. I didn't say what I had to say, ladies and gentlemen. But we got to watch out for tethers. We got to watch out for a lot of these ops out here. We got to watch out for these folks, man. We got a lot of ops out here. We got a lot of folks out here angling to try to get a payday because they're broke and desperate and jealous. You understand? So we got.
Yeah, we do got to watch this shit, man. Like, real talk. We really got to sit back and start understanding what we looking at, man. These people out here are trolling. I don't look at this as no game, man. I'm here to wake up my people, like, no matter what. I'm not here to troll. I'm not here to play around. This shit ain't no motherfucking game. Let's get into the second part of the video, man. Shout out to DJ Cuddy, man. Wake the people up.
Shout out to y'all, man.
Shout out to DJ Cuddy. If you ever knew it, man. Hey, if y'all have not purchased American Gods pay-per-view, go to the description box. Purchase the American Gods pay-per-view. If you have not supported the channel, make sure y'all support the channel. Cash App and PayPal information at the bottom of the screen. Let's continue with the rest of the bill, man. Let's get into the second part of the conversation.
I'm always well and good, brother. How are you, Marcus? You and the family? Yeah, I got more in store when it comes to... I'm glad you was able to check it out. That's very good. That's very good. Yep, all this week, I got new stuff rolling out, new stuff for this. I'm gonna be going live like probably tomorrow. Right now, just waiting for I'm waiting for stuff to go onto my new hard drives I just got, and I'm moving over a bunch of files, man. My other hard drives are full, so once I get that cleared away, then I'm gonna go live, probably back to back. I'm gonna surprise them. Yeah, my other channels are still posted.
Shout out to all the American Aborigines. Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to Dane, man. Supposed to have an up-and-coming no-jumper interview. Let's hear what he got to say about it. Hey, this dude on the screen to the left don't look like none of my people, bro. Like, this is like an Indian. I don't really know why people be showing these photos.
And the Dane Calloway Shorts channel just posted a short. I'm just hitting when it comes to that channel, and I don't want added pressure on me when it comes to that channel. So when it happens, it happens. You'll see. Oh yeah, because it's work. It's work. Like it's not easy at all. You just can't just talk about you can talk about anything, but that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to educate the people. So I'm not about to. That's just not me. Like, usually you'll see people like that really can't make any content, so they'll just talk about other people and, other things, whatever, I'm not knocking them, but that's not the type of person I am. I am a content creator, so, yeah.
Not one of our peoples right Hey man, hey, if y'all want to see some of the exclusive fire information, go purchase that American Gods pay-per-view, man. Links in the description, all the information you need. Go purchase that exclusive information. A lot of fire shit, summing up a lot of things, connecting the dots to the research that you're already doing. Make sure y'all go purchase that American God.
In between, I take your advice on that. You know, I'm listening. I hear you, but we'll see. You know, I run that past my wife, and you know, we'll see. But yeah, I appreciate that. Nah, I see exactly what you're saying. We're collaborating with who? I mean, right now, I want to be collaborating with people that are up to par. They just can't be regurgitating somebody else's stuff, you know, and then claiming that it's theirs, or they just, it's just, nah, I just can't get with it, man. People.
I gotta agree with him, man. You can't just be, people be regurgitating a lot of the information that we've been put out. And they don't give credit to brothers like A1, Jaguar, Chief, me, Al TV, other brothers like Truth, other brothers that have been putting in the work, you know what I mean, and really putting in the work, you know what I mean? Consecutively. Y'all know I go live down there every day. This ain't nothing new. I've been doing this since 2018, giving y'all the heat. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to Namaste. She said, you're killing them. I appreciate the $2 cash out donation. Shout out to Namaste, man. Make sure y'all support the channel. Don't let Sister Namaste be the only one support the channel. Don't let the Sister Namaste be the only one to support the channel, y'all. Keep it up, man. Hit that like button, thumb up the video. I'm going to continue breaking down this interview, I guess.
People are lazy out there. They just trying to take the, you know.
I just hate that I can't hear the questions. Like, we got technology where you can still hear the dude voice. You can put it on the fake voice. Please let us hear somebody ask the questions.
Lazy
seems kind of suspicious.
Out and as far as content creation, and I'm not about that. I mean, as you can tell, look at my channel and look at their channel. You know what I mean? It's a big difference. So there's a reason why my channel looks the way it looks. There's a reason why my supporters, I don't like to call them followers, they're supporters, my listeners.
Man, I got cuzzos. I don't know about y'all. I got cuzzos in the chat. We've been rocking for a while. Shout out to my cuzzos. Shout out to my cuzzos in the chat. We got to keep it real with my cuzzos. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep it real with my cuzzos. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Like I said, purchase that American Gods pay-per-view, man. It's very important for you guys to support and, you know, the American Gods pay-per-view. Shout out to my boy who just purchased this. Shout out to Bomenian Ray for the purchase of the of the pay-per-view. The pay-per-view is now in your email. The pay-per-view is now in your email. You should be able to go and watch that immediately right now. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Support, man. Run up them likes, man. Support the channel, man.
No, actually, no. To put it in plain and simple terms, I'm not going to be running with people that's running with the ops. You know what I mean?
We got to stop this op running with people type of mentality, y'all. Yeah, Divine War, PayPal information. You can do it through PayPal as well. Cash App and PayPal. You can also do it through both. Shout out to my boy 111 Truth Searcher. You know what I'm saying? For the cash out donation. Shout out to 111 Truth Searcher for the cash out donation, man. Shout out to my brother, man. Always love, man. Shout out to my brother. Real shit. But listen, man, we got to stop this hood mentality. We not in the street no more. Dane, brother, you know I rocks with you. You understand me? For waking it up the masses of the minds, just like we all doing. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you. Big Al, man, we shooting for 20,000 subscribers by the end of the year. like button and subscribe button. But we got to stop bringing this hood mentality. We don't know each other. We don't got no beef. We in the same fight. All of our brothers been indoctrinated. Some of them has made it out of it all the way. Some of them are still trying. Some of them are at their infant stages. You understand me? We just got to work and build. If you got other brothers in this, just, hey, it got to be some type of cohesiveness and harmony. I want to say I got nothing but love to all Aborigines. If it was any hatred, beef, or animosity, I canceled it. So since I canceled it, ain't nothing that nobody else can do about it. It's nothing but peace in the community.
Yeah, I'm not going to affiliate myself with somebody that's running with my ops. Like it's to a point where my family's involved on that, so they like, hey, and I'm like, all right, so I shut it down all the way. There's no harsh feelings, let that person do what that person want to do. That's their life. I'm not trying to control their life, but they're not trying to control mine either. And what my decision is that's final. It's over. And for real, it was like, it was iffy anyway how they went about. I mean, they saw for the situation at hand, the person knew what was going on between these other people and me, and I'm like, what you doing? And especially when they came out left field talking about my family and doing very disrespectful stuff. So, I mean, if you want to affiliate yourself with that, then stay over there. Because I think, and I was very surprised, but at the same time, I'm not. Because like I said, I don't trust nobody. I don't let nobody get into my life or be friends with me and, we talking every day, where I'm at, where I stay, you come.
I mean, we got to be iffy of who you have around you and who you communicate with. But dang, there's good brothers in this community. There's brothers that look up to me, you, Chief, A1, and other brothers. We got to start making ourselves accessible just as much as we are accessible online. We got to start making ourselves accessible, Brother Dane. I'm willing to come together and make something special for the community, something that they can have, that they can say that they went to, that they was a part of, something that they can have grasp of, and you can make that happen with you having a large following, brother. I wish we can just come together and give something tangible, or you just do something and give something tangible. I'm willing to just support it and promote it. I don't even have to be at the venue if it makes you feel uncomfortable, brother. I just want you to be able to bring something to the community. We got to start making ourselves accessible. People that's leading the forefront, whether you want to call yourself a leader, whether you want to call yourself a spokesperson, whether you want to call yourself an educator, we got to learn how to give back. We got to learn how to serve the people that you are trying to educate. And we must lead by example, my brother.
Coming over the house, ain't none of that. Nah, like I got a close knit circle. I'm just gonna call it a circle. I got a close knit team, and I keep it real tight, So it ain't gonna be no infiltration at all. No matter how a person may feel about me, for real, no. I will only let them get but so far. I learned my lessons years ago about that. Like right as I was getting popular. Nah, man, it's no point. There's no point. And it's not even, and for real, you might as well stop going to those people's channels. I mean, what they're doing, they got to ride off of the coattails of other people in order to hopefully gain some clout for their channel. But it backfires every time. It backfires every time because they're not putting up no content for somebody to stick around,
Yeah, man, we got to watch these coattail riders. If you ain't know them brothers that been laying out this blueprint, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been telling y'all about these Rothschilds and how they bought America, the banking business. We go into archaeology, anthropology. We show how y'all was the gods, that y'all are not primitive little Indians, that y'all are the world-known best masonries. They classified you as mound builders. They call y'all masters of medicine. We bring this out. This is real research. It takes a lot to bring out this literature and show you primary research. That's why it's very important for you guys to get the American Gods pay-per-view. We are content creators, but we know that the content that we put out is very special. We understand that it comes with a priceless value. So y'all respect it more when it's in that format. And it's fire. It's stuff you've never seen. It's piggy and backing. And y'all do some of the greatest research independently of your own. You guys in the chat. Yes, you guys in the chat. Some of you guys do some of the best research. Y'all keep up with the conversation with actual facts in the comment section. Shout out to you guys. Drop a fire emoji.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, I don't even want my moderators associated with them. So that's why I switched up my moderator stuff. And I'm about to actually have a captain of my moderators here in a second. All that stuff. Because, you know, I got some things coming up. So it's about to be a little bit different. I mean, it's going to be a good look on and off YouTube. So, you know, I'll announce it here shortly. No, I'm going to announce it. Yeah, you can say that, but it's not by anybody else. It's by me. Yeah, and you know, I just had to invest money where I needed to invest money in. Other than my research, I needed to put money right there, you know, to combat all the shadow banning and stuff, you know. Yeah. A lot of people reached out to me, asked me did they want to do interviews. So, you know, they invited me to come up there, and you know, and that's gonna happen. You'll see that. No, I'm not gonna tell you. Because I'm not that type of person. I'm not gonna tell you that. Yeah.
You know what? I'm not even really dying to know who's interviewing him, but I am freaking dying to know what is the questions that has been asked at hand. Maybe he could do some type of digital type up, some captions of what the question is being asked on the screen as he answers those questions. He needs something on the screen to let us know what's being said.
Oh, good. You did get the book? Did you get the... All right, good. I love the hardcover. The hardcover look good, man. Yeah, man, the new book, man, man, that thing, it was so successful. It was sold out 3 times. Amazon had to restock it 3 times. And that was my first, like, I mean, don't get me wrong. My other books were selling, but this particular one was selling out so fast. Like, that was my first time ever seeing that. I never witnessed that before. Yeah. Every time it restocked, it sold out. I mean, the 3 consecutive times it did. I mean, to the point where I had to wait on my copy. Like, it was crazy. It was crazy. I had to wait for like 2.5 weeks. I was a little upset. Like, hold up. I put them up order early, man. Yeah, of course I got copies before the copies was. Yeah, but I want the copies just like, you know, to see what, you know, how the distribution company doing it, making sure everything is straight, because I'm paying for that. You know, that costs, man. Yeah, that's not a, what? What you think is free? Oh, with Tariq? I saw that video. They reached out to me. They wanted me to be interviewed by them. So, we'll see. That was one of them. I inadvertently told you one of them, but yeah. No Jumper was like, what's up? I don't know. You know, I'm going to pick and choose because I'm going to figure out who's who, what is what.
I am dying to know what the questions is and what's being said. Damn, this is a weird type interview, but I'm enjoying it slightly.
I inadvertently told you one of them, but yeah. No Jumper was like, what's up? I don't know. You know, I'm gonna pick and choose because I'm gonna figure out who's who, what is what. You know, a lot of people were asking me to get on what's the name of that radio show? Yeah, and we'll see because a few of my friends that I went to school with is like a couple of them work behind the scenes with them. So we'll see. And they were like, hey, when you ready, you know, you go up there. And I'm like, all right, I know that's New York. So next time I'm back in New York, maybe, or the next time after that. I mean, right now I'm focused on my work. And I know I need to do that too. It's been a while. I mean, I've been out here for like, it's been a while. So it's going to happen.
I'm just dying to know what's been said, man. Shout out to all the American Aborigines. Shout out to all the American Indians in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like button, support the channel. Thumb up channel, Cash App, and PayPal information is ticking across at the bottom of the screen. Now let's continue.
Yeah, man, I'm really trying to wrap things up on a few other books that I finished and get those movies rolling out. That's mainly what I'm trying to do. And then tighten up the curriculum that I've been working on for like, it's been about almost 2 years now. That's the baby right there, man. I'm really not trying to, I'm not about to put that out until it's official. Oh, yeah. What? With the, Harriet Tubman and that Turner? The book? The book is called False Heroes, False Hopes. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that book was very successful. Yeah, all of my books, bro, I'm telling you, man, this is officially I would consider my official book is the book I just released. Like, the False Heroes, False Hopes is a book, but it's more so about them, like, me expanding upon my research and letting them know what's going on, debunking Harriet Tubman and Nat Turner, you know, and exposing the fact that they're fictional characters. Yeah. And because the first one is like a reference guide, instructional guide. It tells people step by step. You got the book. And I actually do have the second edition for that book that's getting ready to release. But I was going to do, I was just about to say that I was going to do audio versions to them, and you know, my attorneys looked into the writing, and we ain't like it, you know, as far as the black and white. Yeah, it's a little. I'm not gonna push, and I'm gonna go live, and I'm gonna tell them that because you know everybody was expecting audio versions with these books, and of course it's recorded, but I'm gonna go a different route of how I'm gonna release those audio books. I'm not gonna do it that route because they wanting to. Like, it's not the fact that they want too much as far as money, but they want too much as far as ownership. I'm like, nah, you know, no. And plus, I run my own publishing. So it's okay to sell certain bits of publishing, but not more than half. I'm going to tell you that. And I ain't like that. You know, I tried to negotiate with them too. And, you know, we got them down, but it's like, nah, it's still, to me, I could do better at the route that I'm about to go here in a minute. You about to see. It's multiple celebrities that reach out, that support, that purchase stuff, that, you know what I'm saying, they be trying to help me with certain things, they call me, need advice. Nah, I'm not stating no names, man. You nosy as shit, boy. I said you nosy as shit. Who?
But I thought this was an interview. And the interview supposed to ask inquiring questions. That remarks seem good.
Need advice. Nah, I'm not stating no names, man. You nosy as shit, boy. I said you nosy as shit. Who? Who was that? Look, I don't know, bro. I don't know who that is. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, the Pan-Africans is dead, bro. But after I called out their top leaders multiple times and these mofos waving the white flag like that, no, man, Pan-African is dead, bro. Nah, man. Nah. Like, they gotta be legit, bro. They can't be up just got finished snorting coke or just got finished buying bottles at the liquor store. They gotta be legit, and they gotta have a following. I would debate them, but they gotta meet the criteria. It's not about I'm not about to help somebody else out like that's itching for, you know, a little buzz or whatever. Nah.
AP.
They already got their buzz, so I can take their crowd.
Go ahead, brother.
AP, is this a joke?
I don't know, brother. I'm trying to see if this is serious. I don't know. This is supposed to be an interview, brother. I've never seen an interview where I don't hear the question or at least a voice of the other side. I'm only hearing him. It's slightly weird, but I'm listening, brother. I'm listening.
That's what I speak to. The weirdness. Okay. All right. Carry on.
Yeah. Peace and love to everybody, man. Peace and love to everybody.
Out like that's itching for, you know, a little buzz or whatever. Nah, I want somebody that already got their buzz so I can take their crowd. Soon as I reveal the records I got, hey, that's why I said them Pan-Africans scared of me, man. They're afraid because I showed that I have records. That's why. Who? Man, Umar don't want no smoke, man. I called him out, man. You know, I called, what? How many times I gotta call this guy out? But hold up, I even called out Tariqnasheed and called him a Pan-African because that's what he is. He's still a Pan-African. Hiding behind black foundational. Yeah. Man, that boy scamming people. All them folks, Umar too, they be scamming. That's all they doing, man. Them boys ain't about nothing, man. And they older than me. You hear me? They older than me. Every single one of them older than me. That's what's so funny. All of them like late 40s, 50s, 60s, and that's embarrassing, bro. I was like, damn. Man, our people need to. Yeah, see, this is the reason why I'm here. Like, there's a lot of stuff that need to get changed, bro. You hear me? I saw one of them, but that's all I needed to see. I was like, nah. I turned that down quick. Yeah. That's cool. But all right, brother, I'll speak to you later, okay? Nah, I said I'll speak to you later.
So this is the part where I end this part of the video. This is the part where I drop the fire emoji in the chat, where y'all drop the fire emojis in the chat. And this is the part where I drop the link in the chat. I'm dropped the link in the chat as well. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Listen. Y'all know the fucking vibes, man. Y'all know the fucking vibes, man. Y'all know the vibes, man. Don't let these people fool you, man. Don't let these people fool you, man. We're here to wake up the people, man. You know what I mean? Hey,
don't let them fool ya. Oh, no.
That was an interesting interview, man. So if y'all want to come build on any other topics, Tariq, Dane, or any other topics that you want to get into, the link is in the chat, man. Y'all can simply hit the link. I'm going to give y'all 60 seconds to hit the link, to use the bathroom, get something to drink. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like button, support the channel. I'm going to give y'all a couple seconds to come on in here. We'll see y'all.
Suave on the track.
Whatever it takes. Alleyway.
Coco, this your season right now.
They won't see me. They won't let me I gotta sleep with one eye open, tripping, making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the strap. I know the odds wanna murder. I got a feeling, deep my stomach, paranoid, yeah. I won't let them, yeah. They won't see me, yeah. I gotta sleep with one eye open, tripping, making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the strap. I know the odds wanna murder. I got a feeling, deep my stomach, paranoid, yeah. I can't let them, yeah. They won't see me, yeah. I put attention, all of my blood, all of my veins. They started with Perky, now that hair by numbers veins. You started with serving, now them drugs drove you insane. Started with dealing, I grew up with killers, they taught me the game. I got some niggas that die behind, and that shit won't never the same. I know some niggas that lie behind, and that bullet had his name. Ain't no reason to cry about, cause that shit won't never change. MTF the 4th and P, my niggas can't get out the game. I gotta sleep with one eye open, tripping, making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the stern. I know the odds wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid, yeah. I won't let them, yeah. They won't see me, yeah. I gotta sleep with one eye open, tripping, making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the stern. I know the odds wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid, yeah. I can't let them, yeah. They won't see me, yeah.
Lost see, I glossed to it, shit ain't been the same. Heard the ops talking to the feds, giving names. Who gon' feed my family if they take me out the game? Keep one in the head and one eye open, that ain't change. How me quick to catch a body. When I shoot, he shoot, I know bro shooting right beside me. Them hollow tips go through the wall and then they hit his body.
Yo, man, we got Brown Wolf in the building. Shout out to all the American Aborigines. Drop a fire emoji in the motherfucking chat, man. Drop a fire emoji in the chat, man. We drip check. You know the vibes, man. Drip check. Hey, we got Chief Cali on the panel as well, man. Shout out to everybody in the building. The link is in the chat, man. The link is in the chat, man. How about y'all hit that link, man? Hit that link. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. If y'all ain't following or supporting Aborigine business, make sure y'all go get some of that good Aboriginal drip at weare2am.com. Make sure you go to weare2am.com. Big Aboriginal Power merch coming soon, man. Make sure y'all get ready to get that too, man. Make sure y'all shop. If you have not purchased American Gods pay-per-view, make sure y'all purchase that. All information is in the description box below, man. Shout out to y'all brothers on the panel. What's going on with y'all?
Peace. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear y'all.
Yeah, what's up, Kevin?
Ah, man, what's happening with y'all brothers, man?
Cut? DJ Cut?
Huh?
No, it's not. What's up,
Salute
DJ
to
Cut?
everybody. Salute to everybody.
What's up, DJ Cut? Hey, check this out, man, real quick. Shout out to you two brothers on the panel, man. And also, man, I just wanted to jump on here real quick, man. Somebody called me and said, hey, man, you got to go over there and check out AP, man. I was just getting up, man, from work. And somebody called me and said, man, you got to go over there and check out what AP talking about, man, because he over there talking some real mature, you feel what I'm saying? Some real growth shit over there. You feel what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
And I said, man, what's going on? I haven't heard it. I'm gonna have to go back and hear the real. I'm
check it out, man. That's the energy. We breaking down a few different things out here, and we just bringing certain perspectives to the community. So yeah, man. I don't even know what it was exactly, but you know, we keep it real. We've been going in.
Yeah.
It was a lit live stream, man. Shout out to everybody.
Out here, we was some things being said about how we had to put some of these beefs to bed, and man, listen, and
that's right.
We have to grow past some of this stuff that's been going on, man, and that's kind of man. I feel that, man. You feel what I'm saying? I just wanted to jump on, man. I'm gonna go back and check what you were saying.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Who's speaking by chance?
Oh, that's Chief Cali. That's Chief Cali that's speaking.
All right, shout out to you,
right.
my brother. Shout out to you, my brother. I think I see your commercial, man, for the Unity kickball thing, man. I shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to everybody involved, man, and what you got going, brother.
That's exactly why I had to come over here and shout out to AP, because I told y'all there's no reason to hate on positivity ever. There's never a reason, a logical reason that you should hate on positivity, especially when it's coming from our people. And I wanted to I got a phone call saying, hey man, you need to go check out AP right now, man. That brother's over there talking some real mature some real mature shit right now. And it's like he's actually schooling. He's over there taking somebody to school, you know, right now. And
oh yeah, just bringing certain things. We was listening to the Dane Calloway interview. Did you enjoy the Dane Calloway interview, brothers and sisters in the chat? Drop a fire, brother. It was quite interesting, if needless, if to say. I've never really heard an interview where I don't hear the questions, you know, or the voices, or even a visual caption, you know, of the questions. You know what I'm saying? The actually the wording of the question.
Well, you know, AP, I have a video on my channel where I showed y'all how he does this. He's talking to himself. Listen, I'm a videographer too. I know how to get in that computer, and I know how to do the same exact thing he's doing. All he's doing is he's
putting
a telephone filter over his voice.
Peace and love to everybody in the chat. Y'all. I'm putting out peace and positive right there. Y'all.
All he's doing is putting a telephone filter over his voice. He's putting some music behind. Now check this out. Now there's interviews like where he was interviewed by remember y'all when he was interviewed by Lord Jamar and all of that? Yeah. Well, he left them on. Why he didn't cut them out? You see what I'm saying? This be his way for him to come on and say whatever he want to say and act like it's somebody asking him. Well, somebody asked me that. Man, stop the cap. That's you just saying whatever you want to say, and you're trying to act like you're doing it in a telephone interview. He always. Period. All it is a telephone filter. I got a video on my page where I show y'all exactly what he does. I showed y'all how I can change my voice from this and put a telephone filter on it, and it's gonna sound like I'm on a. Rappers do it all the time on their skits and stuff in their music videos. Like, it's just a filter that they put on their voice. He's not talking to nobody. Ain't nobody talking to him.
Well, listen, let me ask y'all this:
how you gonna refute that? How?
But listen, is that not crazy to ask your own questions and to ask them in your mind and then answer them? I don't know. Maybe I enjoy the interview. He got an up and coming no jumper interview allegedly. Looking forward to seeing that. Looking forward to the masses of the Aboriginals be able to tap in on these large platforms. They need to have a brother like Big Aboriginal Power on there to really come drop the heat and bring the game. Or a brother like Atanchin is one on there to bring the history and give some game. Matter of fact, speaking of Atanchin is one.
Shout out to A1
panel. Shout out to brother A1. Peace and blessings, God.
What's up, A1?
The nigga muted. You gotta unmute yourself. Maybe he'll come to us in a second. But yeah, man, like I said, breaking down these things. So when we such accessible, I heard a lot of in the conversation, and he was like, yeah, these are ops, and I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah,
so I want to bring this street shit into this Aboriginal information, understanding, and lineage.
That's right.
Streets. We're not gangster. We don't have ops. We might have differences. We're all been indoctrinated. Some of us have the ability to make it all the way out. Some of us are still almost out. Some of us, like I said, are in the infant stages of this. You understand me? We have to be aware of this thing. We got to start making ourselves accessible for the people.
Man, no, AP, and I'm gonna jump off after I say this. I thank you for saying that, brother, because this is one thing I've been saying, man, and maybe it, you know, to some people, it may have stepped on their toes, ruffled some feathers a little bit. But all I was trying to say is, how can the people trust you to lead them and they never touched you? They've never seen you. They never looked in your eyes.
I want to speak on that, Cali. Fact.
Hand. You never hugged their neck. You never spent no money with them. You never ate no dinner with them. Like, that's all I've been trying to say in this community as I came.
That's why I fuck with you, Cali. I ain't gonna lie. That's why I fuck with you. And let me speak on that. Let me speak on that to you.
Yo, shout out to that.
That's right.
Shout out to that though. Hold on.
Listen, I gotta get ready for work. I'm gonna jump off, but I'm still listening though. I gotta get out of here.
All right, bit, bro. Hell yeah. And let me speak on that. When I first met Cali, you know what I'm saying? He heard about me, whatever, in Atlanta, and then he pulled up on me in the flesh. You know what I'm saying? Just to build. And so me being a youth, you know what I mean? That meant a lot to me as far as like trusting him as a man. You see what I'm saying? Because some of us, this shit ain't about entertainment, and then that's the scariest part is that you get people that this shit is about entertainment for, and they get all the way up to no jumper, and you just realize they really been entertaining this whole time. So they ain't no real. You ain't gonna really get much from it in the long run, besides some scamming or something that come out later. So, we gotta watch out for these entertainers and that content creator shit. You know, I like to think I am the content. So, you know, my work is being me. It's not about creating it and exploiting it. It's almost like these entertainers are exploiting your history and your culture and making money from it, but you're not getting nothing tangible from it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know.
That's something that we really have to work on.
Yeah, the tangibles.
And that's why we working together and breaking and waking up the people, man. We gotta wake up the masses. Shout out to each and every Aboriginal that plays part into this. Shout out to y'all.
And let me say this last thing, AP, and is exactly what you said. We got to work together because some of us really not content creators. Some of us not teachers. Some of us aren't followers. Everybody not a follower. Everybody not finna just because somebody say something we agree and follow. Some of us really been on our own journey, so you can't.
Imagine if every Aboriginal that been educating you reaches a certain status and reaches a millionaire status, and they fucking with you. They don't want to be around you. They scared of you guys. I would never want to get to the point where I'm scared of my people.
All right.
You understand me? Well, my whole mission statement is to be around and educate and wake and elevate the minds and prosperities of my people.
All right. Yeah. And I be thinking, imagine if every Aboriginal was a leader. You know what I'm saying? Your own leader.
Our own leaders. That's what we're bringing it up now, big brother. Brown Wolf. We got to take them from being leader followers and the whole brain thinkers. It is leaders within itself. We got to start being leader. We got to stop being leader followers and become whole brain thinkers. We must be able to challenge the narrative. We must be able to take a group and have them follow you. You might still be you might look up to someone, you might follow some of their work. That doesn't make you a follower. A follower is someone who's strictly follows and then doesn't allow themselves to research and the graphs and pull other people up by their bootstraps.
Facts.
Your brothers and sisters. You understand?
You know, I had this thought one day. I was
all American Aborigines, and I'm very accessible. I probably have met over 700 Aborigines in my journey. Touched them. You understand me?
Facts. And let me say this. I had this thought recently, even, you know, as far as like somebody teaching you, right? Even the fact, you know, a lot of us, you feel subservient to your teacher. But in reality, nobody can teach you anything. It's you that learned something. So in reality, everything you learned is because you chose to learn it. So you really are your own teacher. You're your own learner. Nobody else can teach you anything unless you accept processing the information and moving forth with it. So in that regard, everybody shouldn't feel subservient to a teacher. You should feel proud that you learned it yourself, and that makes you not a follower in reality. And so that's what that's my intellect. And I think if you don't have the intellect, you almost feel secondary to somebody that taught you something, when in reality you taught yourself that. That's more of a spiritual reality for you to have as a leader, instead of just saying you're a leader and then you really subservient to all these men that say shit.
We really don't teach ourselves. You just understand and learn from yourself, because you're just learning from the older part of you, which is your ancestry, which is where you come from. These are talents, these are attributes passed down for you to be able to manifest. You understand me? So that ability that you call a talent, it comes from somewhere down your lineage, that somebody had that same talent doing the same thing 1,000 years ago. That's a fact. You go look at some of these old Mac carvings. You go look at some of these old Mac carvings and paintings, and you niggas become carvers and painters today. You don't think you descend from them same niggas who created that marvelous shit 1,000 years ago?
It's a fact, bro. Like sports, all the big warrior niggas come from the same shit. You're right.
You understand me? It's nothing new under the sun. It's just transferred. Energy doesn't die. It's just transferred. You understand me? And this is why the Aboriginal shit become ambiguous. It becomes a target for mainstream filtering. This is grassroots. They have COINTEL 2.0. You understand me? They have the feds watching. They have agents and proxies that try to stop the cohesive movement of the Aboriginal, the awakening of Aboriginal. This is not this is not no group. This ain't no organization, even though we need to get organized. But this ain't an organization. This is life. This is a bloodline. This is reality. This is true aspects of your destiny and who and where you come from. This cannot be part of nothing else. You understand me? We must realize that we play a vital part to the growing of our mind state. You know, they try to bury you. They try to bury us. And then this is a shout out to my brother house school. They try to bury us in the dirt, not knowing that we were seeds. I'm gonna say it one more time. They try to bury us in the dirt, not knowing that we were seeds. And look how much we have grown. Look how much we have done. We have people coming here. Why haven't the Aboriginals done this? Why haven't they done that? And you coming from a Pan-African, you coming from a Hebrew, you coming from an Islamic point of view, which has been around for hundreds, if not 200 years, and you asking a grassroots movement awakening, why haven't we done nothing? We have not had time to even start organizing it. Shout out to my brother A1. What's going on, brother?
Peace, everybody in the panel. Peace, everybody in the chat room, all the Aborigines, North, South, Central, and the conjoining islands. What you just said, even with the Pan-Africans, they ask you them stupid questions, right? But ain't none of them Pan-Africans fucking migrate back to these countries that's in their DNA. I mean, well, that they think they are connected to through their DNA. Ain't none of them go back. But they sitting there talking about what we doing. What the fuck did Pan-Africanism do? Nothing. Except make you feel good, and then at the same token, be rejected by people who you think is your people. Them Africans reject your ass. They're saying they come back. If you go back to Africa, you ain't gonna get treated like how Africans get treated in America. Like, and I'll tell you like this, man. I ain't. A lot of these Africans are some shady individuals, man. I'm just telling you. I'm not saying they shady. They shady.
Come from scamming background, big brother A1. When we look at scammers and shadiness and non-moral backgrounds, this is African culture.
Exactly.
We can go to places like West Africa. My bad. Go ahead.
Nah, they what they do is they come over here, and because they think the system is easy because they don't have the distractions we have. And I keep telling people that, you know, where your child grow up and he got the distractions of games and all of this other negative influences. These people are told to stay away from us. Where they can come up, they can live amongst you, but they don't live like you. You understand? They're like, don't venture off the beaten path, or don't venture off the path of why we came here to America. You came here to America to become something. You understand what I'm saying? Meanwhile, our kids, you know, they're worried about selling drugs and trying to be a rapper and trying to do all this shit or whatever. Their children come over here and become straight doctors because they don't have the distractions. See, if you got a sane mind, you know, to become a doctor and to be able to go through that much schooling, you have to be focused.
Well, they got a system in place, big bro A1. Most Africans that come over here.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
They have children, and then they won't pay. See, it's a system. If you allow for the Medicare to pay for them, this could get your children sent back to wherever they come from. So they often pay out of pocket, where this child becomes a citizen, dual citizenship. They'll ship them over there doing birth after all that shit going on to Africa. But when it's time to go to school, guess where they send them back to? Look at Akon. That reminds me of the story of Akon that he gives you. Same story.
Yup.
These
And that's
people
what
are
they do.
trained to come over here and undermine you. This ain't by
Yup.
nigger and black dude and hood and Pookie and Red. That's not part of their language. They had to be taught this. They had to learn this hate towards you.
And see, they come over here and learn your culture and then tell you, oh, you don't know nothing about my culture. And see, the thing of it is all that whole African or Pan-African shit. When most of us know deep down inside, we're not Africans, and nobody in our family ever told us we was Africans. We're relying upon some white people who basically constructing history according to how he wants you to perceive it. You know what I'm saying? But we changing the whole narrative, man. Like I'm telling people, like, even with the slave narrative, none of your people was no fucking slaves, man, unless they had white mothers, man. That's it. Or white white relatives that had to be a female. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, none of us fucking slaves, man. And that's the biggest thing. Like, I was just telling brother Tyron on our TV channel, like, the whole story, the British came here and the Dutch came. That's all bullshit, man. Ain't nobody gets pulling up on no.
Aborigines and Indians say that. Yeah, the Dutch didn't come here. None of these people came here like that. When you start dealing with the British and the Britons, right? These was little contracted people that was working for the Aborigines. When you get into the Frenchmen, these was people who had contracted in with Aborigines, who's Aborigines themselves that come from the place that we call Canada. See, y'all thinking that these Franks and Furters came over here. No, these was the ancient Acadians coming from ancient Arcadia.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact. And that's what I'm saying. So even among this so-called American Indian paradigm, there's still a lot of misconceptions about, you got some of us, we teach about the technology, but I'm starting to hear a lot of people talk about that. And it ain't because of Dane Calloway. It's only a few people who talk about the technology, technical advancements that was done here in America. Forget the fact, and like I said, I don't have no beef with Dane. Yeah, Dane's all right or whatever, but pushing the whole Native American, because I don't show them images no more of them $5 Indian. Yeah, some of them are melanated, but just because you showing them, that shit doesn't prove nothing. It doesn't prove nothing. You need more resources than just some fucking pictures and some what's that shit called? What's the place they be going? I can't think of the name of it right now. But however it go, you need more research in it. You have to do archaeology. You have to do anthropology. You also got to do, study cultures and study phenotypes. You have to study all of that when it comes into being able to, have some relevance when it comes to these topics dealing with the people here. And a lot of people still on level 1, man. They're still on level 1, bro. You understand what I'm saying? We're teaching you that you guys are gods and goddesses, man. We invented science that people over in China got, that people over in India got, that people over in Europe got, the Africans got all our science. Now, once you understand this, them people can't even check you no more. Because Africans don't say much of nothing to me. Once I tell them I'm not an African, man, I'm a god. My people was over here. My people built the science. My people, the science that go around the world ain't due to no Africa. It's due to the blacks or the Aborigines or the copper color or the colors or the Negroes that's from America. So why the fuck the Africans ain't got the same science as they supposed to be so pure-blooded and they coming from a land where this supposed to be the motherland with all these minerals or whatever in the soil that'll make you a fucking genius. But unfortunately, they can't do nothing without the white man holding their fucking hand, bro.
That's right.
In a stand, overstand, pick a stand, in a stand, overstand, nigga. At the end of the motherfucking day, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because like I'm telling you, a lot of them, they don't have the science from 09 to. That's why they fleeing out of Africa to go to all these European countries. But then, see, my whole thing is this, right? Do not sit here and patronize me about your motherfucking country or where you from if you ain't there. And if your country is not providing the basic resources that you need, I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about no fucking Africa if you living in Sweden, or you living in Europe, or you living in Britain or London, or you in America. I don't want to hear about your fucking country. Because you sound like the biggest hypocrite ever. You left your country for what? Oh, for a better life. So when the fuck you want to create a better life in your country? Because we created a better life over here, and we're the recipients of the shit that we created.
That's right.
So at the end of the day, man, we gotta be up on game when it comes to a lot of people who come here, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, man. Just a lot of this history. You have to know, nigga, you're the fathers and mothers of technology that basically that goes from the Americas out to these other lands, man. You know what I'm saying? China wouldn't have a light bulb if it wasn't for Louis Latimer, aka Thomas Edison. And the car, the same shit, and so on, so on. We don't give a fuck about no ramen noodles or no fucking beef fried rice and none of that shit, man. They over here making fucking fried chicken, nigga, and selling that shit back to you. So we gotta get on point. We gotta get on code. We gotta get our minds straight so that we can understand exactly who the fuck we are. And
That's a fact.
Period.
Yeah, man, we got to get on code, man.
That's right.
And the best way to get on code is understanding your Aboriginal or your Untanchan connection.
It came from this group of people. Nah, niggas still pulling up TP, still showing melanated Indians, despite the fact that your people are still in the same place they always been. We always been in the South, and in certain places in the North, and certain places in the West, and we're still there. We're still in our locations where we was at. And you ain't never seen a goddamn TP in Raleigh, North Carolina. You ain't never seen TP in motherfucking Atlanta or none of the other cities within that state. And the same thing with North Carolina or Maryland or fucking New Jersey,
right,
or Delaware. You ain't never seen a goddamn TP in none of these locations, my dude. So then you gotta start. Yeah. But, you know, like I said, man, you know, hopefully the brother, when he go on No Jumper, he be able to really explain it all the way out. But I tell you one thing.
We got my man from
Tennessee. I live 4832
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm a student at Craigmont. I'm a student at Northside. I'm a student at Hills. I'm a student at Clinic School. My phone number is 2722117. Area code 901. My name is Malcolm Tate. I'm a soccer and ice hockey player, and I'm a student at Southwestern.
You're a soccer and ice hockey player?
Yes, I'm an ice hockey player and a soccer ball, but soccer with
a soccer
what? Soccer ball.
This nigga get interviewed on my channel. We gonna get back to it. I don't know what the hell going on.
Hey, pay attention, folks.
What the hell?
A1 on the streets.
What's up, Cut?
Hey, how y'all doing, family?
You already know, man. We out here shining, man. Shine like the sun, man. You know?
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Shining bright early, man. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, a lot of people, when they came into this shit, they was looking towards the native. I never trusted that native. None of the Native American stories. None of it.
Listen. If you ain't never noticed, all the Native Americans look up to American, and it just so happens they looking up to Pan-African Americans, and that's who they follow. All the Native Americans I've ever came in discord with uses the typical Pan-African talking points against us.
Yeah, and that's the only way you could beat the so-called Pan-Africans in their own game is by bringing up the science and the technology in America, because they don't even have that science and technology in West Africa. They got to go all the way to Egypt. But you'll be hard pressed to find out that the people who went to Egypt was us, yours truly, the Amarukis. You understand what I'm saying? And people, where do A1 get that from? Where do he get that from? I mean, when I find sources that tell me that Thoth, which is Nigazada, Quetzalcoatl, Kukulkan, or whatever, went from South America and built the pyramids in Egypt. I should not be finding research that tells me that.
Kukulkan come from North America, my brother. Just for clarity. Just for clarity.
Remember, all right. Well, you know, America is one whole land. It ain't even a direction.
Where they come
you know
from,
what I'm saying?
right?
Yeah, and so it's all the Americas is just one. It ain't even the direction is the European. The European created these fucking false myths of, oh, this is North America. They broke America up into 3 different continents.
Yeah, we used to call it upper and lower, and that was only based off of elevation, not by direction.
You see how that with upper and lower Egypt, see? But when I find information,
upper and lower Egypt is not by direction. We got to deal with that because upper is lower, lower is upper. They're dealing with elevation. They're dealing with elevation of the areas. This is geography that they was doing.
So I got you. So north is south and south is north. So you know when these people, you can't debate a Pan-African when they stuck on what they believe in. First, you got to dismiss the whole thing about DNA. You pull up, and I ain't gonna put people up on game because we got something we about to put in effect with this whole DNA, and we're gonna show and prove that DNA is for entertainment purposes only. There is no way you can get any ethnicity or any cultural or any ancestry ties through fucking DNA. It doesn't work that way. And that's the first thing these idiots pull up. Then they go to Egypt. Well, guess what? We don't have to go to Egypt. We don't have to go to Egypt because we got more pyramids and structures here than they do in Egypt. They ain't got no shit like the World's Fair, none of that shit in Egypt. They ain't got none of the shit you see in America is in Egypt. None of it. You know, all West, how the fuck would I want to be a West African when I'm the fucking god from the Amaru? Why? Why would I want to join these people primitive fucking tribes? Talking about the Igbo and all of these other fucking Nigerian tribes. Why? I'm ancestors to C.R. Patterson. I'm ancestors to the man who created the motherfucking helicopter, the elevator, the motherfucking, all of the moving parts that go into a railroad, all of the moving parts that go into metallurgy, you know what I'm saying? And all of that shit. That's who my ancestors is. I ain't gotta be ancestors, no motherfucker putting mud and shit in their head.
Facts.
So I hope, man, you know, the Aborigines, man, you got something to be proud of, man. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's no thanks to some of these other, and I'm not taking no shots at nobody because it's like, you know, everybody got their learning stage when it comes to it. Guess what? Don't take no shots at us for advancing when it comes to this knowledge.
That's
that
right.
Being said, I'll mute my mic. Peace to the guys, peace to the goddesses, man.
Man, but not only did we build pyramids, you know, that's so known, but we came up with the urban development building structural styles that you see today. When you go to a community, when you go to a neighborhood, when you go to these little project homes, these were styles that we made up. You got to give credit to that being dominant in North America. Shout out to the Hopewell. Shout out to Poverty
I'll
Point.
tell you that. Somebody in the chat room said Egypt was a world power. But guess what? Do you know what one of the goddesses of Egypt was? Maya. Okay? Maya. You find Maya all around the fucking world. Even the Indians got a goddess called Maya. And then
that's
when
what,
you get
that's
into
what Maya said. Maya said she watched the people on the other side come out the primordial waters. Remember who was the first out the water? So if we was first, that means we was able to watch the rest of you niggas come out.
Yeah, she seen them be born.
Facts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And look at that. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, when it comes to this technology right here, you got some people pushing that Native American / so-called Negro culture. Then you got some people over here talking about we're the motherfucking we're the gods and the goddesses, man. You know what I'm saying? The Anunnaki. Motherfucker laughing when I said, oh, we might be the Anunnaki. Oh, that shit.
That's right.
In the motherfucker, the niggas and shit. Niggas is laughing like a motherfucker, but guess what? But guess what? They say the Anunnaki created homunculus hominid people to mine gold and to farm for them. Okay, do that story sound similar? They ain't create us. So, like, do that story sound similar to what you already hearing? You know, so like I said, man, this whole system and dealing with slaves and all that shit, get that shit out your mind. I don't never want to hear another nigga come up here and talk about how they was enslaving us here and Europeans doing that. Listen, the shit, the motherfucking gig is up. We know that these people was freed in 1865, the same time that they telling you was free. But guess what? How the fuck is you free when you got slave owners from the 1600s all the way until motherfucking 1865? How? Oh, some Negroes was able to buy their way. How? How is Negroes getting money? Let's observe or let's analyze this whole slave story. They got you from Africa. They brought you over here on plantations where you was going to be a slave forever. Nowhere in the history of slavery until now have we ever heard a slave able to buy himself out of fucking slavery. How is a slave buying himself out of slavery when he wasn't getting paid?
And let's go talk about the Cherokee Freedmen's Bank. How much money did niggas put in that bank in the 1800s? Million.
It was 59 million, nigga. It was $59 million in the motherfucking
pockets. That's from Aborigines' pockets.
Bro, how? Like, and that's what I asked these niggas.
It's the equivalent to, let me see right now, $17 billion today.
Yeah. Might be more than that, AP. Shit, that shit might be $1 trillion. Shit, 59 billion? Man, that shit might be $1 trillion, man. But nonetheless, though, like I said, man, you still got people pushing the same pseudo-ass Aboriginal or Black Indian history and gathering information from these Native Americans, taking their talking points or whatever. Nah, Money Grip, that's not us, man. We the gods, man. We the people that science that created the science of the world, man. So once you understand that takes you out of there. You gotta start asking yourself, well, wait a minute, man. I know goddamn well if we was doing this, we wasn't running around here praying the corn. We wasn't running around here shaking and shit like that, nigga. We wasn't even, that ain't even our culture. That's their culture. And we ain't got shit to do with that. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got nothing to do. For all we know, we've been wearing clothes for the last fucking 1,000 years. You understand what I'm saying?
Hell, the oldest hoodie ever found, you right, A1, what the oldest hoodie was found, 15,000 years ago? The oldest pair of pants, 17,000 years ago? Something like that.
So you mean tell niggas wearing pants 20,000 years? Yeah.
I can pull
that was
it
20,000 years with the pants, right?
Right now, I can pull it right up.
Hey, I mean, you telling me niggas was wearing pants? Pants was created 20,000 years ago, and you niggas think y'all was running around putting mud on your face and fucking and hunting alligators and shit like that, nigga? Like, come on, my dude. Like, I'm not saying we didn't hunt no alligators or something like that. But it definitely ain't the narrative that these people been teaching you about some hunter-gatherers or people living in the wilderness, nigga. You the gods. Go take a look at them.
Cut out, bit, bro. Cut out. Let's get a mic check.
Oh.
Let's get a mic check, big bro. I know you probably traveling and shit. What empire was running shit 15,000 years ago? Nigga, the dynasties that's talked about in the Dead Sea Scrolls. When you go to Sumeria and you getting that king list in the book of Gilgamesh, it's talking about the kingdoms that lasted for thousands of years over this bitch. What you think Haru, Peru, and all that is? That's a time frame.
Just watch that.
That's a time frame. Shout out to my bro A1. Hopefully we get him to come back in. That's a fucking time frame. We gotta understand this, man. It's a lot more to this information than what they alluding to. We know what's up. All systems got the same shit. They got the snake. They got the root. The root is what they call the netta root. That netta root is a spiritual understanding and understanding your environment system that was around when Corral was around in Peru. The Haru, the Ru, the Amaru is all the same shit. They want to reach this science. When you go back into Egyptology and you go back to Kemetic science, when you go and look at some of the gods like that was building these platforms at Kufa, you go look at Taseti. They all wanted to become the Netaru. The Netaru is the system that comes from the Amaru. This ancient shit, man. The constellation of the eagle land is here. It's not ironic that the Egyptians used the same thing, the same color coordination, everything. We can get into a few other things as well. I'm going to hold back because we got some shit lined up. Y'all know how it goes. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Hey, hashtag, it feels good to be Aborigine out there in the chat, man. If y'all feeling good to be Aborigines, drop the fire emojis, man. Hashtag it feel good out there, bitch. Support the channel, man. Can we get a few people to support the channel? Cash App and PayPal information at the bottom of the screen, man. Make sure y'all support the channel. Yeah. Support the channel one good time. Yeah. This is the Wake and Bake Show. Hey, one, you back with us? If you is, unmute yourself.
Yeah, I'm right here.
You fell off. You was getting into some shit. You fell off like the last 45 seconds that you was talking. So maybe you can get back into that. There was some fire.
I don't know, man. You know, pretty much the same till I change. Till I change when it comes to this information, my dude. Like I said, you know, when I first came into this shit, niggas were showing all these mestizos and mongoloids and dark-skinned people living in wilderness or whatever. And when I started to do my own research, like I said, you know, thanks to brothers like Hakeem Bey, you know, Dukatis, Eileen Bey, Yafa Bey, Taj, you know, they definitely helped me get a greater perspective. I haven't got none of this shit besides my brothers that's Aborigines that I build with. I haven't got none of these Aborigines that talk about the science and the technology that we have that we had in America. You know what I'm saying? Half of the motherfucking Aborigines, well, the majority of the Aborigines, we was running around talking about, oh, the Native Americans stole our culture. And people believe that shit. Like, that's not our culture, Money Grip. They can have that shit back, man. And, you know, and I had to start looking at the comparatives and saying, well, wait a minute, man. These people don't even eat the same fucking food we eat.
That's a fact.
You don't never see them eat the same food we eat. None of that shit. None of it. You know what I'm saying? We make corn 20 different ways. And all of this shit. These conversations we was having 4 or 5 years ago.
I'm starting to hear Aborigines.
So definitely, man, you know, peace to everybody.
I'm starting to hear these new Indians use that same talking point. You know, what did your grandmama eat? And what do y'all eat? What is y'all traditions here? What is y'all, you know, and when you can ask that, you can ask white people the same thing. See, that's where it gets tricky. See, these questions, I don't know where we angle. White people eat the same shit Aborigines eat, believe it or not.
Yup. Well, when American food is so-called Negro food. And that's what I'm saying. Like, once you start looking into all of that, you know, it's just not just looking at some pictures or looking at a PDF or looking at something from the what's the name archive. Like, you know, you got to get more in depth with it. You got to pretty much pull your sleeves up, nigga, and stick your hands in this shit, nigga, and mix it with your hands. You can't get all caught up with what a lot of people saying, because a lot of people, they don't have an understanding of it themselves. And like I said, man, you know, I was damn near lost, but then came that American Indian Encyclopedia, nigga, and that shit put the motherfucking spirit of the motherfucking L's in me, man. I started to see everything fucking clearly, everything. Oh, okay, this is why these buildings was here, and white people saying they was building. Nah, I don't believe that. Oh, this is why the white man. Oh, okay, all right, boom. Oh, we was already doing that. Oh, we was already doing that. We was already doing that shit too. Where these other primitive other countries ain't had nothing on what the Aboriginal science was, man. Nothing. Ain't have nothing. Then you find out all these sports, basketball, football, baseball, fucking rolling dice and shit like that. Nigga, this is shit we've been doing. We've been doing this shit over here, nigga.
It ain't shit new under the sun, man. I mean,
Niggas was dope blowing, getting trips and shit. Fucking probably 1,500 years ago, 2,000 years ago, nigga.
Right.
Smoking weed in circles too.
A nigga would have walked up on you with a meat coat on, all gold grill, dreads on, with a satchel of chocolate and coke and you know what I'm saying, ready to get it in.
About the gold chain. Don't forget about the gold chain,
diamond chains and shit.
All that shit, nigga. Just and these people claiming it. Go ahead, brother. Somebody else was.
No, go ahead, A1. I was just saying drip check.
And that's what I'm saying. Like they never want you to understand that you was a creator. Because like I said, even people so fucking stupid. Oh, we built Washington D.C. for who? Who you built it for, Negroes? Oh, we built it for the white man. Get the fuck out of here, man.
They only understand that one of the greatest nations not even spoke of thrived in that area that we call DC. They just took over the old Algonquin infrastructures and structures that was right there. That's Algonquin shit.
That's right.
Bro. And listen, even when you look at George Washington and these characters, right? You see black, like Henry Equiano, whatever the fuck his name is. He got the same look. And same thing with Beethoven. They got them same ponytails and wearing them same garments that you see the European. That's how I know George Washington ain't never fucking exist, nigga. Never. He ain't never fucking exist. Some people say Adam Whiteside.
Hey, check this out. I just seen some information brought to light the other day, man. Look up George Washington Francis. George Washington Francis.
You want to elaborate on that, my brother?
Go in on it a little bit, DJ Cuddy. Talk about it. That's what we here for.
You're going to see he's called Your Highness George Washington Francis. And he is dark.
Hey, they got the Revolutionary War and shit. Like I said, I taught about a lot of this shit too. I was under the same spell and shit, man. To the L, like if you don't wake the fuck up, like nigga, this ain't your history, nigga. The motherfucking Andrew Johnson and Thomas Jefferson was Negroes. They was Negroes with white slaves. That's the reason why think about what they tell you. They tell you it's a white man and he was sleeping with black slaves. No, it's a black man who was sleeping with white slaves. You understand what I'm saying? You got to reverse everything that they tell you. You got to kind of like, nah, I don't kind of believe this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Even if you go to some of these collegiate forums or collegiate institutions and you're paying thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to basically learn some made up history, and then you say the shit verbatim, and then everybody else who went to these same institutions, when you come up and say, well, white people say, they like, man, I don't know about that. Especially black people, that when they read a book or they learn something, they hold that shit dear to them. They don't decipher, they don't decode, they don't cross-reference, they don't do none of this shit, man. None of it. They just take the information, I've read it, I invested time into this, so that means this shit has to be real. And you even hear people regurgitate the same thing. And then, like I said, even when it comes to some of these Pan-African scholars, they learn from white people.
Yeah, they did. And then they got the nerve to talk all this shit. Anybody that was talking about Kemetic shit, which all the Pan-Africans built their talking points around Kemet, learned from Egyptologists. And we know Egyptologists to be some of the worst in the scientific community. They don't want to change none of their paradigms, even after new shit been exposed, even after new evidence. You understand me? They are the worst. You understand me? Controlled opposition. And then they use this mind control to make you think that this shit is the oldest thing in the world. That's Hegelian dialect. And then y'all fall right into it. That's why we here. We help to, when you fall, we here to reach in and pull your ass up. Shout out to the brothers that do that. Shout out to y'all that's constantly doing that in the chat as well. You know what I mean? It's a lot more to this information, man. They confuse you. You didn't even know that y'all started building apartment and neighborhoods with streets and public transportations 3,000 years ago in North America. 2,000 years ago in North America. They don't even talk. Why y'all don't know that about y'all culture? I feel like this is shit that we supposed to know, man. Shout out to my brother Harlon Boss. He said something in the chat, man. Make sure y'all go check out that photo that he put in the chat. Archive records.
You see that app?
From yeah, I seen that, from George Washington to Francis Dangerbridge.
I got something you can pull up.
Yeah, right
with
here.
A good picture of him.
Slow down, big fella. Let me.
Who, me?
You know, some heat, man. This ain't meant for a quick elaboration, man. I gotta do my research in this. I'm about to send it over to you too, A1, so you can take a quick look at that later on. It's interesting.
Hey,
I got something you can pull up at the bottom. So yeah, there you go.
Elaborate just a little bit. Go ahead. Narrow this for.
This right here, this information is not from the Cuddy. It's definitely way over my head. I'm just presenting it. This was brought by the brother. I don't even know if he wants his credit right now, so he just brung it up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna leave it at that. But it was not brung by me. It was brought by another brother to later get his credit later. And this is
Man, get that nigga his flowers now, man. Shout out to that brother, man.
All right, well, I'm giving shouts out to DJ ZPE, the brother.
That's right.
This is his information, or what he brought to the table for everybody to digest. He's saying that everybody that you see is pretty much a remix of somebody else. You know, so you guys, I'm bringing it to you because you guys are very much more better at researching and analyzing things. I just wanted to bring it to light to you guys. Courtesy of DJ ZP.
Sent in the Cash App donation, man. He said 10 for 10 challenge. He sent in a nice $10 Cash App donation. We appreciate all the support. We really do. Shout out to my brother Libra's son. He said 10 for 10. What's up with it? Y'all shooting 10 for 10? Make sure y'all support the channel, man. Don't be the only ones that ain't support the channel, man. You know what I mean? So real support the real. It's a fact. Hawk School, what? Unlock it. Go ahead and let it go. Come on. I got you.
Yo, peace to the tribes, man. Yeah, man, you already know what it is, man. Live from the Republic of Atlantis, man. Shout out to all the citizens of Atlantis, man. You know what it is, tribe.
When they come in from Atlantis, you got to...
Empire, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we got another bill coming, Baps. It's, what is it? The Sacred Formulas of Atlantis. Decoded, reloaded. You know what I'm talking about? But I really was saving this for my bill, but it's kind of out of the place of the bill. It's just showing more of our greatness. But I stumbled in my research, across Isaiah Dorman. Says he's known for being the only black man killed at Little Bighorn. So they're admitting that he's a black man. But he was he was served as General Custer's interpreter. So now they're admitting that this is a black man. And if you see the image that I'm sharing on the screen, this nigga is draped in a look like motherfucking buffalo skin coat. So Isaiah Dorman gained notoriety for being the only black man killed at Bighorn at Little Bighorn, where he served Custer as an interpreter. Says one job in particular stands out. In 1865, he was hired to carry mail between Fort Rice and Fort Wadsworth, a 360-mile trip. He was paid $100 a month, but he earned it. Dorman walked the entire distance for a 2-year period, carrying a sleeping bag over his shoulder and the mail in a waterproof pouch. Now, we know that's some extra bullshit.
Back up to this nigga one time. Can we get a good look at this nigga's face?
General Custer's interpreter.
He look like Hollow the Don.
Man, this boy, I know 100 niggas look like that.
Nigga, that's Hollow the Don.
Hey, LOL, dog.
LOLclothing.com. Shout out to my nigga. Hey, shout out to Dornell Borns for the cash out. Oh shit, my bad. Fuck. That was somebody else. My bad. That wasn't him. Shout out to the brother who just sent the cash out donation though. Sent the $10 cash out donation, man. Make sure y'all here support the 10 for 10 challenge, man. Make sure y'all support the 10 for 10 challenge.
Hey man, I ain't even gonna front. That mink look like it stank.
Hey, it probably a little dirty.
They been outside on them horses, man. You know that motherfucker stank, but I bet it don't smell worse than them scallywags.
Ooh.
Yeah, he
that's right.
Like a little horse or something. But I guarantee he got some aftershave on, because that nigga face smooth in the motherfucker.
That nigga lined up, ain't he?
Ain't he lined up though? You right about that one.
Yeah, that coat just nappy. That motherfucker might not stink.
He went to one of the ancient Aborigine barbershops that been around for.
And you know what we don't see is them twin Colt 45s on his hips.
That part.
Because they tucked inside that coat. He was one of my old players. He didn't even have no host on. That nigga coming right out the coat.
Yeah, it's a rifle in that motherfucker. You know why niggas wear a trench coat. Come on now. Nigga walk in with a trench coat, y'all better get the goddamn skedaddling motherfucker.
Only two types of shit like that. A nigga that's about to shoot some shit or a nigga that's pimping.
This nigga, he the general's interpreter. You know he busting shots, nigga. What you mean?
That nigga was interpreting shit. That looked like he was focused. He's serious to the motherfucker.
So that lets us know that he was at least bilingual black man during 1865. Just another.
He got the low cut too.
Yeah.
He got a nice little fade.
This nigga, he don't look like no motherfucker. He ain't got on no slave clothes. He ain't got on no goddamn costume. He a regular ass Aborigine Atlantean. He ain't got to do all that extra costume shit, because back then niggas knew who they was, so they didn't have to go no extra mile to prove nothing to nobody. Niggas just be they self. This niggas need to do now.
And this when skinny jeans first came in.
So
you probably
that pose.
You know.
That's a player pose. Come on now. Look at him.
Feet wide and shit, spread.
Yeah, player. He knows it's a photo shoot. This is a photo shoot. We got to understand when we see these pictures, most of these pictures are photo shoots. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because it take about 30 minutes for the goddamn film to develop. You got to you always got to sit there. That's why them niggas be having that look on their face. I'm tired of sitting here. How long this shit gonna take? Goddamn. He was smiling at first, but it ended up to looking like
he pissed off.
Fellow, whoa. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. This is some shit right there. That was some good drop right there. Shout out to my nigga Hawk. That was some good drop. Anybody else got something to add in on? We got some good brothers on here. We got Tyrone Ling on this motherfucker. Like that, get his big bitch ass exposed for trying to make donkey workout videos. Had a TikTok. Shout out to my nigga Lil Ling on this motherfucker, man. Somebody hold it down for me. I gotta step away for a second. Somebody hold it down for me. Hey,
got you. Shout out to the Highline All-Seeing Hawk School. Our touching this one, Brown Wolf. Tyrone, I don't even want to even say it. Tyron, I see you, God. I ain't
You
gonna
gotta say
befuddle your name.
ling ling. No, just-
Ling ling. I don't want to do you like that, brother. Hey man, but yeah, go ahead, Hawk, man. You got it, brother. I'm just here with you, guy.
Man, no, I'm just here with you. I'm here with y'all, man. I'm just glad to be here. I actually, it was some. Where is this, man? It was oh yeah. I wanted to bring to A1 and about attention, man, because I really, like when them niggas build on shit because they, when we build as a group on shit, you know what I'm saying, niggas see shit from a different angle. It's like a think tank, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I was researching and I came across the Panic of 1837. So this just kind of goes hand in hand with the whole idea of the so-called white man living in poverty in North America, whereas we were thriving as a people, as we have always thrived since the original fall of Atlantis, quote unquote. But it's called the Panic of 1837, and I believe that I may have stumbled across the precursor to the Civil War, and it's also proven how impoverished these people were. Let me see if I can share the screen real quick so y'all can see. It's just a little something you might want to dig into. Anybody who's doing any research, because it's very telling of the times. Let me see. Pull this up right here, and it was a precursor to bankruptcy, federal bankruptcy, because bankruptcy wasn't a thing. So this is when they first started bankruptcy, and I believe when they initiated the federal bankruptcy is the way that they took everything from us, because they allowed all those people to be relieved of their debtors when their debtors were, the plantation owners of the Carolina. We've already established the black slave owners of North America during the slavery period. We've already identified that there's so many black people who've owned tens of thousands of slaves that's not even a conversation anymore. You know what I'm saying? So now that we know that the rich and the aristocracy was actually our ancestors, now we have a better idea who the poor was. So now I started to investigate a little more who the poor was. You know what I'm saying? And I'll wait for BAP to come back, but it's called the Panic of 1837. And even when you look at the banks, that goes into that old bullshit they be saying with the Tartarian shit. It's more of our monuments. The second bank of the United States. Damn, hold on, this motherfucker tripping. Come on back, man. Where the bankruptcy shit go? Oh man, where's the bank? Here, oh there it is. Second Bank of the United States was the second federally authorized Hamiltonian National Bank of the United States, located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Was chartered from February 1806 to January 1836. The bank's formal name, according to Section 9 of its charter as passed by Congress. So when you see this bank, if you look up the Second Bank of the United States, it looks just like a Roman temple. But I digress. It says the Panic of 1837 was a financial crisis in the United States that touched off a major depression, which lasted until the 1840s. So I just want, our people to realize what we thought the Great Depression was in 1920 or whatever the fuck. Yeah, that was the Great Depression. But goddamn, before that, they had a major depression, and that was called the Panic of 1837. And I actually found it, through political cartoons. You could find out a lot about history if you look at the old archives of political cartoons, and it'll just lead you down the rabbit hole. Anyway, it says the panic had both domestic and foreign origins. Speculative lending practices in the West, a sharp decline in cotton prices, a collapsing land bubble, international specie flows, and restrictive lending policies in Britain were all factors. The lack of a central bank to regulate fiscal matters, which President Andrew Jackson had ensured by not extending the charter of the Second Bank of the United States, was also key. Blah, blah, blah. It goes on to talk about how they suspended shit. Let's see. Causes the crisis followed a period of economic expansion. See, I don't want to read all this blah, blah, blah shit because it's boring, but this is what led to the gold rush. And that's why they ran the whole thing with the gold rush to get their money up. It says the hunger in America was not felt by England, whose wheat crops improved every year from 1831 to 1836, and European imports of American wheat had dropped to almost nothing by 1836. So this is where they came up with the whole idea of, let me see if I could find the actual act. The effects. Says virtually the whole nation felt the effects of the panic. Connecticut, New Jersey, and Delaware reported the greatest stress in their mercantile districts. In 1837, Vermont's business and credit system took a hard blow. Vermont had a period of alleviation in 1838, but it was hit hard again in 1839, 1840. So go down more. By 1839, many plantations were thrown out of cultivation. Florida and Georgia did not feel the effects. Florida and Georgia did not feel the effects as early as Louisiana, Alabama, or Mississippi. In 1837, Georgia had sufficient coin to carry on everyday purchases until 1839, blah, 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 blah. Go down. It says many individual states defaulted on their bonds, which angered British creditors. The United States briefly withdrew from the international money markets. Only in the late 1840s did Americans re-enter those markets. So we go down to the recovery. And it even shows how they had made a hog coin. And I don't know if niggas know anything about that, but it was basically just some play money because they wanted to sell these motherfucking hogs. They got this shit called Hog Island. Let's see, blah, 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 blah. Where's the next one? Because see, what they did is they allowed this federal bankruptcy to be created. And then that freed everybody from all of their obligations to the aristocrats of the South. And the aristocrats of the South are us. And that's why it's important that you know all of this stuff that's going on, because if you can't piece it all together, then you know it's not gonna make sense. You talking about these people enslaving us when goddamn they was being enslaved. Where is this picture, man? Here's the Bankruptcy Act of 1841. This is how
pay
they
attention, folks. Hog School on the drop.
It's important, man, because niggas is wondering where did our property go? You know what I'm saying? And I've already established to them that renovate is not one word. It's two words. It's to renovate. Novate means to create a new contract, replace a contract with an old one. You know what I'm saying? This is an excerpt from the Bankruptcy Act of 1841. It's long and boring, but I think there's a key point down here. It says, in addition to discharging, eliminating the debts of thousands of debtors during its short life, the Bankruptcy Act of 1841 introduced two crucial innovations to American bankruptcy law. The 1800 Act had provided only for involuntary bankruptcy, that is, for creditors, but not debtors, excuse me, those who owe a debt. Now could file a bankruptcy.
I ain't even gonna lie, you going in, talk that shit, man.
Hey man, I'm just trying to piece it all together, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to see where did our shit go. You know what I'm saying? We already know. I don't know if you got a chance to see the orphan trains and insane build I did, but I really wanted you to be there about because I was piecing together why children and insane motherfuckers. Why is this shit overlapping? And that's because of incapacity law, where if you're a child, then you can't have a contract, you know what I'm saying? And of course, if you're incapacitated because you're in a lunatic asylum, then of course that also will void your contract. So that's where the renovation comes in, because now you can just write all these contracts off. Because if you getting using head rights and you getting 50 acres of land for every motherfucker under your household, then that's why they filling these trains up with kids and sending these motherfuckers out west, because these motherfuckers is getting 3 and 4 kids. I get 4 kids, I got 200 acres according to the head right laws.
Boom, like an income tax grant, but a land.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
That's exactly it, Babs.
Y'all niggas is claiming everybody kids. Yeah, I take these motherfucking come here, little thing. Come here, little thing. Trying to feed they ass. Give them something.
Yeah, yo, peace of the gods, yo. That's some good shit right there. You know what I mean?
Good shit.
What's up with the fellas, yo?
Man, shout out
know
to
what I mean?
Man, shout out to God nonetheless, man. Maryland in the building. Man.
What up, yo? Yeah, man. Yo, that's the shit right there, yo, that we don't seem to understand, bro. We don't understand shit about bonds, and that's the number one fucking wealth builder out there, because check this out. If I got a plantation, right now, one thing you can't regulate is human labor, because human labor is priceless. So therefore, if I send a bond there, right, I got a plantation, right, and I got my family working on it, I can send the bond to the Treasury Department for however much I want to send it for. Them motherfuckers is broke. So therefore, if I send $1 million bond to the Treasury Department, how is that bond going to be worth $1 million? It's going to be the labor that's on my land. Now I can say, look, I'm gonna lend you the labor that I produced on my land, right? In 10 years, you get to keep the interest, but when that bond matures, I want that bond to be returned to the family trust. You feel what I'm saying? Now, of course, they're going to do it now. They have to have, that's the consideration. Because when you have a contract, it has to be equal consideration on both sides. So therefore, of course, I'm going to take that deal if I'm in the United States, because all I got to do is negotiate with the bankers over in London to say, look, I got $1 million bond. If y'all invest in this bond, you see what I'm saying? I want off $1 million, I want, let's say I want, 10%. You see what I'm saying? So now I get to keep 100,000. And now when that bond matures, that returns back to the creditors as the plantation owners. But if you file bankruptcy, now I done negotiated a bond, sent it over to the Lords of London. I bankrupted. Now I ain't got to repay that bond back to the plantation's trust. That's why they filed bankruptcy. You feel what I'm saying? Yo, it's simple.
Yep.
It's simple shit. That's what they did.
Panic
And
of
then they flipped it. Yeah. So and then they kept doing it. So now instead of them hide, now they want to hide the fact that we was the creditors, because now how are they ever going to do anything to us if we the creditors? They can't lock us up. They can't do nothing, because only reason you're getting locked up because it's a fail. You failed to pay the bond. That's why when you get out, you pay the bond. But when you file bankruptcy, now it's a debt. And you have to discharge it. That's why when Hawk just mentioned the discharge and the set off, you can't pay a debt with a debt. And they know we don't know that concept, because that's not even in our nature. We pay our shit off. But when you make it impossible for us to pay it off, they keep locking us up. You feel what I'm saying? Because why? They created a new citizen under a false name. This is when the shit get deep, because when you talk about the resurrect, you talk about killing the straw man and then resurrecting it under a positive credit. So therefore, you can't kill something that's already dead. You feel what I'm saying? What you have to do is discharge it. That's why they charging you when you go to jail. They give you a charge because it's dead. You have to charge up shit. But when you discharge it, what happens? You get out of fucking jail. You feel what I'm saying? And they keep doing this shit, bro, over and over and over again until we don't get it. We don't get what a bond is. All we got to do, in a nutshell, now it's more complicated, is every single motherfucking person writes a bond, send it to the Treasury Department as a discharge instrument for any debt. And we fucking the gods all over again. It's more complicated than that, but that's all we got to do. But we going to middlemen. We going to Master Charge, Visa, American Express, all these other motherfuckers that's acting as middlemen for our own, and they creating bonds in a form of life insurance policy on each and every one of us, when we can do it ourselves and then discharge everything. They can't do shit to it. It collapses. Matter of fact, it'll collapse the whole system. That's why we can't do it. It will collapse the whole system. The whole world system be done.
That's some shit, man.
But bankruptcy is a new concept. It's redemption. It's the redemption process. As a matter of fact, it's an old movie out, and a black and white movie called The $1 Million Bond or The $1 Million Baby, some shit like that over in England, where this motherfucker was poor as shit. It was a poor white man. He got hold of a bond, and now they treating him like a king. He just walking around with the motherfucker, buying shit.
Check this out. It say the 1841 Act was the second of 4 federal bankruptcy laws Congress enacted during the 19th century. The others were enacted in 1800, 1867, and 1898, and it followed the same general pattern. The two main forces leading the federal bankruptcy legislation were the onset of a major economic depression and political control by the Conservative Party, the Republicans, or their predecessors, the Whigs and the Federalists. Now we know that's niggas. When you talk about them niggas who was on what is this on the Senate and the Congress and these original presidents, it says the Republicans or their predecessors, the Whigs and the Federalists. It says the strongest support for federal bankruptcy legislation came from conservatives in the Northeast. All right, so that's them scallywags, conservatives in the Northeast. You got to know where you're at on the calendar and what they talking about, who viewed such legislation as essential to establishing a commercial society. Now, we know it's not essential to us because we have Thomas Jeremiah, who was a mariner in Carolina, who was born in Carolina, free black man, is documented. 1774, he was worth $250,000. So somebody, you could go do the math and tell me what is the value of $250,000 in 1774 as opposed to now, because it's documented that this nigga had that much money. You know what I'm saying? So we know that he ain't up there crying. He was a merchant. It said that he had slaves. It talks about him purchasing slaves. And I want you to notice something when you read. If you want to know where the white slaves are in the reading, just look for anywhere where it says slave and it doesn't say African American in front of it, because they're going to say African slave, African American slave. But when they don't put the color, that's how you know that those are white people that are being bought, because they're not gonna put a color on them because they don't want you to know. They're gonna let you just assume that these are so-called black people. You know what I'm saying? But I just want I want you to understand, in 1837, if these people is going through a depression and we got them living in Seneca Village, living in buildings, you know what I'm talking about? This the same time they come through and start burning shit down right after that. Oh, okay, now we got the bankruptcy laws. Okay, now we're gonna use this draft act. And that draft act is when all the white boys start burning shit up. Because see, we were still tribes, so we weren't citizens technically on paperwork. We were our own nation. So these white boys were citizens of the new America. And because they were citizens, they were drafted into the war. And because they were being drafted and we was balling and didn't have to go to war, because see, what you may not know is you could pay, I think it was $100, you might have to check, but you could pay to not fight in the war. So we could pay to not go to the war. Oh, here you go. I ain't going. You know what I'm saying? $100. I ain't going to the war. So that's when the white people started going crazy. The scallywags started burning shit up. That's when they burned up the colored orphan asylum in New York. You know what I'm saying? Supposed to and I mean, we could go on and on with the fires. You know what I'm saying? But those draft riots is what they're gonna quote unquote, if you want to find out about the history of the shit, you're gonna have to look up draft riots. But those draft riots, that's just the uprising of these motherfucking scallywags. These are the free slaves. Because now that they don't free the slaves, these motherfuckers just loose on the land. You know what I'm saying? All these motherfucking orphans and tens of thousands of convicts that England has been sending over here. Decades.
Man, they've been sending them over since 1619 or 1616.
Yep. 16, you right. Yep.
So hey man, there's some shit. Hey, shout out to the sister Salvia Jones for the Cash App donation. We appreciate the 10 for 10. Shout out to Salvia Jones. Let me make sure ain't nobody else sent in. Let me double check what's going on. Shout out to everybody that's supporting the channel too, by the way. If you want to support the channel, Cash App and PayPal information is at the bottom of the screen. Yeah, shout out to Salvia Jones for supporting the channel. We appreciate the 10 for 10. Make sure y'all support the channel, man. Make sure y'all support the channel, man. But yeah, man, them scallywags been sending them over here. They did some archaeology and on the site. They was reframing and they was looking at one of the old slave pits, right? And they was digging up under the rubble and found human bones of a young teenager, 16 to 17 of age. They did the bone research. It came out to be it was a European. It was a European.
Bro. Hey, you know what, Babs? I'm starting to think, because you know how when we look into this mound shit, it's always you got the organized bodies laid out with the feathers and the beads and, you know what I'm saying, all this. But then there's always just piles of 300 motherfuckers just piled on each other. I think these motherfuckers was murdering us, bro, and just dumping us in the mound, bro.
No, listen, it wasn't even no niggas. It was a white person.
Yeah, well, they probably just fell in the goddamn mix. They probably part of the tribe, somebody girlfriend, because niggas was dating white women. This is a known fact.
Niggas was, you ain't gonna find no nigga slaves.
No,
you ain't gonna find.
Bro, hold on. I found a picture of motherfucking Frederick Douglass, man, with these white bitches on this nigga nuts so hard in the picture.
Well, look up a picture of Nat Turner and see if you see nothing but Frederick Douglass pictures.
Oh, that's a fact. You know, that was one of the first things that cracked the code for me when I seen that. That shit blew my mind. I'm like, what the fuck? I ain't even gonna lie, man. I seen Dane said something about it, and the type of nigga I am, I research shit. So I looked into it, and when I looked it up, I said, God damn, this is young Frederick Douglass. Now look how Frederick Douglass got these white bitches on deck, man. Hold on. I just want y'all to see, man, because y'all think we was down and out when really is no different than now, bro.
Frederick Douglass died married to a white woman.
Oh, that's a fact. That's a fact. Oh shit. Come on, bring it back. There we go. Look at this shit, bro. They are the word is enamored by the sight of this nigga, bro. This nigga got bitches. Come on, bro. They look at this nigga like he got down motherfucking Lil Durk in this motherfucker or some shit.
Hey, that's crazy, man, because they admired a young, smart black nigga that was willing to stand up for his people. That's why we love everybody in the chat. Y'all stand up for it, man. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the brother Jay Tucker too for the $11.11 donation. He said 11.11. He sent $11.11. I'm gonna take that and put that in the ethers. Shout out to my boy Jay Tucker, man. We appreciate the Cash App donation, man. Humbly appreciate everything and all the support over here on Big Aboriginal Power Channel, man. Make sure y'all support the channel, man. Shout out to Jay Tucker. Make sure y'all show him some love in the chat.
Yeah, I just want to tell the chat, we know the history of Frederick Douglass. We know the role he played. We know who he was. But that's not the point of this picture. The point of this picture is to show that, as you can see, they're looking at this nigga like motherfucking King Neptune. And I don't give a fuck how many white parents this nigga got. You tell me how that nigga was treated in traffic. See, because y'all got to get off this old white black shit. You see this nigga right here? You tell me what happened when the police pull a nigga over that look like this in 2022. Oh, it looks like you got a white mother or a white father. Oh, it looks like, come on, bro. Y'all got to be realistic about this shit. Even if these niggas went and selled out and kissed ass and did whatever, they going to get somewhere and they going to get treated like a nigga, because that's the life of an Atlantean. You're going to get treated like a nigga somewhere and be reminded of who you are.
Mm-hmm. Niggas.
Yo, that's why we can't. Our existence is not on a bankruptcy system. See, these people only exist because of that system, bro. They exist from nothingness.
That's a fact.
You know
what
I mean? If it wasn't for this bankruptcy and not having, see, we exist on a positive, the gold standard. You feel what I'm saying? We exist on paying off whatever debt we have. These motherfuckers exist off of a fucking bankrupt debt, you know what I mean, society. That's the only reason they fucking here on earth. Is because these motherfuckers are debt fucking parasites, bro. If it wasn't for debt and fucking bankruptcy, these motherfuckers would not survive, bro. They won't be here. We will. We still here. You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
So how the fuck are we the same people, bro? We don't need that shit to exist. You feel me? So all these niggas out here talking about, oh, what a white man in charge. I'm like, yeah, they in charge from being liars and filing bankruptcy.
Yep.
And they still spending. How the fuck are we in trillions of dollars in debt and they still spending money, bro? Because they can't live without spending, without creating more debt. They have no government without debt. And who they put it on? The citizens, the fake citizenship on your credit card, which is the social security number. That's a credit card. And they keep spending and spending and spending. Because they know we ain't gonna never figure out what the fuck they doing. Know what I mean? Come on, yo.
You know what's crazy too? I seen this. I found an African. You want to see what these Africans look like back then? These niggas talking about Africans. These niggas wasn't on your side, and they damn sure wasn't slaves. Here's an African from the colonial period. Yeah, nigga. This is what's his name? William Ansah Ciceraco. He over the African royal. Yeah, African Royal. This the African Royal Trading Company. And these niggas was sent. This is one of the niggas who was sent. This the son of one of the kings. This nigga, they was sending slaves over here from Africa. And then the white boys goddamn pulled the goddamn triple cross and done put this nigga in slavery and held him for ransom. His daddy had to come get him from London. I just wanted niggas to see, you know what I'm saying, what we was dealing with as far as you talk this African shit, bro. These Africans on some other shit that we was dealing with back then. That's for the bill. Oh, this is the Duke of Alba, and he was sent over to one of the colonies by the British. This is of course a black man, but they called him. It was like a political cartoon saying that they were man eating. You see, he got the armor on, and the reason they say man eating because they was grabbing niggas up from them motherfucking islands and they was disappearing. That's because they was coming over here and being enslaved and shit. But these are the type of niggas who, you know what I'm saying, was up under the British colonies, what they call British America type shit. So this is just a Duke that they had sent over, Duke Elba. You have to ALBA. You gotta look that up on your own time. I don't want to give up nothing for the new bill we got coming. So stay tuned, man. Atlantis Decoded Reloaded.
Hey, man, we about to get ready to get out of here, man. We've been going for a good little minute, man. So we about to get ready to get the hell out of here. Shout out to all the American Aborigines that came through and supported the bill. Y'all know it was a fire one. Go back and check it out. We get into a lot of shit. You know, they done woke up the sleeping giant, and this is what they didn't want. So shout out to y'all. With that being said, make sure y'all be safe. Make sure y'all be aware. Make sure y'all be vigilant. If y'all have not supported the channel, make sure y'all support the channel. If you have not purchased the pay-per-view, make sure y'all go purchase the American Guys pay-per-view. It's in the description box below. Make sure y'all share the live stream, and make sure y'all flood the chat out with some emojis, with some fire emojis before we get out of here. I'm gonna let a couple of the brothers say a few things, close out before we get out of here. DJ Cuddy, I'm gonna let you start. Brown Wolf, Tyron, and then Hall School close out. Shout out to everybody in the building. Well, we'll let Brown Wolf finish out. Shout out to my nigga Brown Wolf. Drip check.
Drip check. You already know what I'm on, man. You know what the fuck going on, AP, man. Appreciate you, bro. I'm out right now. I'm about to head to the park, get this workout in, man.
Get in.
Yeah, get in all your shit, man. Work out, you know what I'm saying? Get you a smoothie today. Drink some good water, you know what I mean? Because it's more than just talking about it. You got to look like the gods. You got to move like the gods and feel like the gods, and then all that other shit get out the way. So I appreciate the time, man. And that shit is always a pleasure. You know what I mean? All right, y'all.
Always.
Always a pleasure.
Shout out to my nigga Brown Wolf. Tyron, you back with us or you through? Tyron has just been up here. Let me boot her. Big bro, Hot School, I'm gonna let you finish out, big bro.
Oh man, I just want to say salute to you, man. I appreciate you for sharing your platform with all of us, man. It means a lot to everybody, to the whole dynasty, to the empire, and to me as an individual, bro. I appreciate you as my brother. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to say shout out to all the lost found Atlanteans of the continent of North America. You are the elect. You are the chosen. You are the cream of the crop. You know what I'm talking about? You are the pearl in the oyster, my nigga. So Like my nigga Brown Wolf say, man, love yourself, bro. Go do something just to love yourself today, man. That's my suggestion. Do something for yourself, bro. Or do something for somebody you love. Do something to make you feel good, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't get wrapped up in the what it say? Where you can't see the forest for the trees. You know what I'm talking about? Just love life, man. Love each other, man. Tribe. Where you at, Bap?
Shout out to my nigga Hawk School, my bad. I was about to get out of here, my bad. I had stepped away. But listen, I know that real hawks don't fly with pigeons, nigga.
Tribe.
Bird eye view. You understand me? Shout out to everybody in the building, man. I want to let y'all hear this one more time before we get out of here. Some old school brothers from the Himalayas. Some players from the Himalayas. Let me let y'all hear this, man. It's some real shit.
It's illegal, they say. It's against regulation. They come down, we have to. All right, if you don't take it off before you come in the theater, you don't get in theater. You know, this is the way they do this time. They said the afro was legal. Am I right or wrong? That's what they said, it was legal. We can sport an afro. All right, this man, it's a lot of brothers here. This man here's got an afro. This is an afro right here. Or somewhat of an afro. It's not big, no. But they want us to wear skin hair. What they call it, high and tight. High and tight. It's not my culture. Am I right or wrong? They come over here. They get, all right, a Vietnamese girl. She called me a nigga. A Vietnamese girl. I know it's not part of their language. Ain't nobody tell me that's part of their language. But I'm going to go over here. The beast, you know that. See, we go over here. We fight. Okay, we fight to defend the water we drink, the land we grow our food on, and our way of culture. We also fight to protect Rockefeller's foundations. We fight to protect J.P. Kennedy's foundation. All these different kind of foundations that the black man can't partake of, you understand? And then we go back, we continuously harass. It's not necessary. This ain't what we heard. This is what we know. See, we've seen it from the bird's eye point of view. We are the people here now, see. We see it now. This ain't what we heard. You know.
Been out in the Ville. Now, just like you said, these Oriental people don't know how to where the word nigga came from or nothing. They have to learn how to speak it. You go out there in that Ville. The first time I come over here, I goes out in the Ville, I falls into one of these places, and I'm thrown out because I'm black, you know? Because I'm black. They don't like us. They say, we start trouble. Now, who done put this stuff in their mind? You know what I mean? The bees came over here and brainwashed these people. We get out here and try to do our thing, and they want to downrate us. Right on. Because we're black. Because the bees came over here and told them that we ain't nothing but trouble. Because we got a strong rapper and they scared we're going to take the women away.
Well, wait a minute. Let me tell you something about down south. Let's say down high in July this year right here, when the so-called the beast, this is what we call them because they act savage and barbarous.
So, man, shout out to our brothers, man. We've been on top of our shit. We've been understanding who we are. We don't have an identity crisis. We absolutely know exactly who on. The beast coming over here brainwashing, and it affected some of our people that we're now getting treatment for. Shout out to the American Aborigines. With that being make sure y'all be aware. Make sure y'all stay vigilant. Make sure you stay dangerous. This your brother Aboriginal Power, and we out, man. Give us some claps before we get out of here, brother DJ Cuddy. Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all are real.
Suave on the track.
Whatever it takes. The hell way.
Coco, this your season right now.
They won't see me. They won't let me, I gotta sleep with one eye open, tripping, making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the strap. I know the eyes wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid. I won't let them, They won't see me, I gotta sleep with one eye open, tripping, making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the strap. I know the eyes wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid. I can't let them, They won't see me, I put attention, all in my blood, all in my veins. They started with perky, now that hair by numbers veins. You started with serving, now them drugs drove you insane. Started with dealing, I grew up with killers, they taught me the game. I got some niggas that die behind, and that shit won't never the same. I know some niggas that lie behind, and that bullet had his name. Ain't no reason to cry about, cause that shit won't never change. MTF the 4th and P, my niggas can't get out the game. I gotta sleep with one eye open, trippin' making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the stern, I know the odds wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid, yeah. I won't let them, yeah. They won't see me, yeah. I gotta sleep with one eye open, trippin' making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the stern, I know the odds wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid, yeah. I can't let them, yeah. They won't see me, yeah.
Lost, see, I gloss.